Hello and welcome to ACAC Park here in St. Louis, Missouri, as the gateway to the West turns into the gateway to minor league cricket. We're poised to witness the clash between the Chicago Tigers and the St. Louis Americans. I'm Aman Patel here, and I'm joined today by Josh Dascom. Josh, how are you doing today?
Man, it's great to be here in St. Louis, Missouri. It's the fourth stop of our 2020 minor league cricket season. And Man, it's even better to be sitting alongside you in the commentary box for the first time.
It's absolutely fantastic to be alongside you here in the commentary box, and we're going to go ahead and take a look at this table for the first time this minor league season. As we look at the Central Division, we're seeing the 2 and 3 team take on each other. The Chicago Tigers, who are sitting at 5 and 2, taking on the St. Louis Americans, who are 3 and 3. This is a tightly contested Central Division here, Josh.
Absolutely, and we'll have a look at the West Division as well. And this is a big weekend for the Seattle Thunderbolts. 3 games against the teams in Los Angeles this weekend, and they'll be looking to catapult themselves up into playoff contention, Aman.
They absolutely will be, and the toss is going to be crucial there, and it's crucial here. And as we look at the toss here, the St. Louis Americans, they end up winning the toss. And the Chicago Tigers are going to be sent in to bat first as the Americans. They elect to bowl. And as we look at them electing to bowl, Nate Hayes, he's been giving us predictions all year long, Josh, and some are right, some are wrong. Let's see what he has today for this matchup.
And it looks like a scorcher today in St. Louis, but the good news is it looks like a scorcher on the pitch as well. We are nearly halfway through the regular season, and it's fair to say that not many people had these two teams in the playoff hunt. Chicago is led by Calvin Savage, who has proved to be one of the biggest difference makers in the league, and former U19 USA coach Anand Tamala. Emerging player alert. Sammy Sohail has the 3rd most overs on the team, so keep an eye out on him. Tigers have 8 batters with at least 10 boundaries, but their biggest strength is their all-rounders. Watch for Ackerman and Prithvish. Sherfane gave the Americans a boost last week. Let's see who steps up for Justin Dill this week at home. I'm thinking it's Dill Kanchen. Aman, we've got Morrisville magic, but St. Louis has mustache magic and Luke Schofield. Let's see if mustache magic rubs off on anybody.
Indeed, let's see if that mustache magic will play here in St. Louis, Missouri. If we know one thing, minor league cricket is definitely magic. As we look at the Chicago Tigers, the magic man himself is Calvin Savage, who lit it up last week in Chicago. But you can't forget about Charan Saiteja, who's provided good starts for the Chicago Tigers all year long.
Absolutely, and we'll have a look at the St. Louis Americans next. 5 changes in to the side from that took on the Dallas Mustangs last week. They'll be looking for some impetus from Justin Dill, their captain. Rutherford, 89 off 45 balls in their win against the Houston Hurricanes last week. They'll be looking for him and Justin to the majority of the heavy lifting, Aman.
And he's going to need to do it today. He's going to open the bowling most likely. We've seen him do it a couple times this season, and would expect him, as we see the umpires on the field here, to get things going between the St. Louis Americans and the Chicago Tigers. Again, here in St. Louis, Missouri, as the gateway to the West becomes the gateway to minor league cricket. Josh is going to start here because both sides, again, playing on this artificial wicket, are going to be really interested to see what kind of score they can put on first up.
Yeah, of course, the St. Louis Americans playing at their home ground here at American Cricket Academy and Club here in St. Louis. They'll be familiar with what the conditions they're going to encounter. Chicago Tigers, be interesting if there's some circumspect start just as they get used to this new surface.
Yeah, they're going to want Karan Kumar to play a typical innings of him. He usually just pokes it around for a while, sticks in and anchors the innings. We've seen more an aggressive start from Charan Saiteja throughout the year, the man coming on your screen at the moment.
Yeah, as we have a look at him here. He's been getting the Tigers off to good starts. Saad Ali as well, coming in at 3.
Again, it's the lefty-righty combination that these two provide, as well as Saiteja. He's a big-time hitter of the ball, likes to get it full and likes to just throw his hands through. And again, this is going to require him and Karan to get off to a really good start for them.
No, absolutely.
Karan Kumar, as you see on your screen at the moment, again, he's a guy who anchors the innings. He bats long. He's just able to just stick in for a long time and give Charan Saiteja that support at one end, keep the runs flowing. And you can see 19 matches, 385 runs. But his time here, as we get set to start play here at ACAC Park.
It looks like we'll have Justin Dill to start. Captain of the St. Louis Americans. Made some, of course, some big move from the offseason, and he's been an excellent addition to the St. Louis American side in replacement of Obus Pina.
Yeah, again, we had Justin Dill, part of the New Jersey Stallions setup last year, was a big part of why they made it to the finals, and now here in St. Louis, filling the shoes of an Obus Pinar is a big move, and they're going to hope that he can start to find some rhythm as we head to the back half of this season.
Absolutely. He'll be getting things underway from the Darden Creek end here at ACAC Park, Aman.
Yeah, the Darden Creek that runs behind the forest, behind where Justin Dill is standing. And again, you can see 8 matches, 166 runs. He's a big-time hitter, bats at a strike rate of above 100. He's going to look to do it against Justin Dill. Justin starting right on stumps, not giving Jordan much to work with. I think that's going to be the key here when bowling to a guy to take it big. You're going to want to keep it around stumps and just keep him second guessing.
Yeah, absolutely. Be interesting to see how these openers approach it, Aman. Of course, not used to playing on this surface. Be interesting to see whether they give themselves a little bit of time.
Good carry through to the keeper right now, Justin Dill. You can see he's running in. Again, the St. Louis side, very familiar with the wicket that they're playing on. It's the wicket they play a lot of their games on here at ACAC Park. And as you mentioned, the Chicago Tigers just trying to see if there's anything tricky and anything mysterious in this artificial wicket. And runs on the board for the Chicago Tigers as they scamper off for a quick single. So it's going to bring Karan Kumar on to strike here for the Chicago Tigers. And again, much different bat than Saiteja. Saiteja a little bit more stocky, a little bit bigger hitter, while Karan is a lot taller and he just likes to push it around. And he's going to look to use the pace of Justin Dill.
Absolutely, and you'd like to think that Kumar's enjoying having a little bit more stability around him in the batting lineup. Of course, he was part of the former Chicago catchers team and often played a lone hand in that batting lineup. So I'm sure he's enjoying having the likes of Saad Ali and Calvin Savage and Marcus Ackerman, who will all sure he's excited to see that. He'd be feeling a sense of relief not having that pressure on his shoulders.
Well, it definitely makes anyone feel at ease when you have Calvin Savage to make up the runs in the middle and the late overs. We saw him last week hit, was it 5 6s in an over, Josh? So we know the power he possesses. This one just down the leg side, and Karan able again just to push it into the. So they're able to go ahead and get themselves a couple of runs. Just the one there between the two.
Very, very typical Justin Dill start here. Just right on the money early, asking good questions of the batsman.
That time just a little bit of width on offer, but again, he's keeping it nice and composed. He's not giving him a lot of opportunity to really step forward, and we've seen Charan Saiteja consistently foot and hit it straight back over your head. He's keeping him on the back foot and just saying, okay, you can play through square.
I think with a short boundary to one side today, Aman, only just over 55 yard range as you look at it.
And just a single to end the over. So that's going to do it. 1 over gone. A good one at that. 4 without loss.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट में क्या खूब खिले। हाँ, घर लाने का.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom.
Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back here to the 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. Again, now we're going to get a bowler from the Preston Woods end of the ground to back up a brilliant over from Justin Dill, just giving up 4.
Little away. You got it. Thank you, sir.
We see Murali Bazapali coming into the attack, Aman. Picked up 4 wickets so far this season. 4 for 19 against the San Diego Surf Riders on the 2nd of July down in Houston. He'll be looking to make some early inroads here for the St. Louis Americans.
Absolutely. Again, if they can back it up and take a quick wicket early and get the likes of that middle order in, they feel very confident. Right on the money early, Josh.
Yeah, exactly. And just touching on what we were speaking about at the end of last over, Oman, I think it's going to be very interesting to see how the bowlers manage this short boundary to the right of the screens as we look at it. Oman, it's very short out there today. Got more room to work on the left-hand side, on the offside.
He's daring him to push through that offside. It just beats the outside edge of Karan Kumar. Again, he looked for that luscious cover drive. And as you mentioned, there is a lot less room to work with on the leg side of the right-hander. So you have a slower bowler that is bowling at the moment, and he's keeping it outside the off stump, so he's daring you to make the power across the line.
Absolutely, and I think what we've seen so far is just the Chicago Tigers opening batsmen just taking a little bit of time to get used to this new surface. Obviously playing a lot of their matches on concrete in Chicago, and this surface just playing a little bit slower initially. You saw Karan Kumar there, just threw his shot a little bit early. It's just taking a little bit of time for these batsmen to get adjusted to this surface.
You see a little bit of hint of movement there. And nearly a run out. A little bit of confusion between Karan Saiteja and Karan Kumar. But they end up getting back in the end. But again, the keeper also coming up. They're putting pressure on early, the St. Louis Americans. This one was taken through the leg side. It just drifted down the pads, and it was easily worked by Karan Kumar. Didn't have to do much. Again, a short boundary out there. Makes it 4 runs in the first boundary for the Chicago Tigers.
Yeah, loose one there from Murali Bazapati, and Karan Kumar up to the task. Just whips that one away to the leg side, and as we saw, that one sped away to the boundary. Didn't give much chance for the leg side sweeper there.
This one much straighter, but only able to be worked for a single. Just the one loosener, but other than that, it seems like the St. Louis Americans have a plan, and they've stuck to it throughout these first 2 overs.
Absolutely. Good to see the wicketkeeper come up to the stumps as well. Dill and Kanchen, of course, played his cricket for the Michigan Cricket Stars last year. He's come across, but definitely a leader in this team. Vice captain, and you'll see him all day today, marshalling the troops behind the stumps, adjusting those angles, important when you've got a field with the dimensions like this one.
Equally as important in the power play. Don't want to give up those gaps, as you mentioned. And this time it's just run down to third man for a single. Are they going to push for 2? No, there was thoughts about it, but they just settled for 1. So that's going to do it. 2 overs gone, 10 without loss. You take a look at the batting card here. Again, you can see Karun Kumar just 7 off of 7 at that 100 strike rate like he's used to due to that one boundary. We're just waiting for Charan Sateja to get himself going.
Absolutely. And I think what you'll see here is that with the batsmen taking their time to get adjusted to this wicket here, it's important that the top order, one of these top 4, go on to make a big score. They're the ones that are giving themselves a little bit of time up front during the power play to get acclimatised to the wicket. So it's important that one of them bats right through the 20 overs, gets a big total on the board for the Chicago Tigers to defend later today.
That time a little bit of room given, an inside edge, going to leak just 1 run. But as you mentioned, Josh, you're absolutely right. It's not going to be easy to come in and hit straight away for guys like Calvin Savage. So when you have these two in the middle, you want them to bat long and just keep themselves in. And Karun Kumar, he's that kind of player who's just going to keep them in and keep one side at least moving for innings. That time it's just pummeled through the leg side, but there is a deep mid-wicket, but it's going to beat him, and it's going to go all the way to the boundary for 4 runs. A touch short that time from Justin Dill. Karun Kumar, he pounces on it and sends it all the way to the rope.
Yeah. Dill just dropping short on this occasion. Karun Kumar pulling that one well in front of square through mid-wicket. And unfortunately, just erring on his length there, Justin Dill. That one in that spot between a good length and a good bouncer, and punished.
This time much fuller hitch, quick running. They're able to get a quick single through, and again, this is the kind of batting that is patented from Karun Kumar. You hit a boundary, you get off strike the very next ball.
Good batting there. Unfortunately, for just what we're seeing very early here is what is important on this week from a bowling perspective is just nailing your lengths, making sure that you're right on top of those lengths, because anything short will sit up, anything full with that short boundary straight, you can punch it back down the ground.
You just talked about hitting your lengths. He did that just there, just jumps on Sateja a little bit there. He's able to keep it down. I mean, that is the length that you're looking for if you're Justin Dill. This time width on offer, and it's pushed through the offside, and it's pushed all the way down along the ground to the boundary. And it's a brilliant shot there.
Yeah, and just again was short on the length there. And Charan Sateja up to the task. Bit of width on offer. And he's punched that one over backward point for 4.
And look at that shot again. He climbed it well, just lifts it over the top of the infield and got it 1 bounce over the rope for 4. Again, if you give him width, he will take advantage of it, and he's showing off the power he possesses. So after a 4-run over, it's been expensive already here for Justin Dill. How does he respond? 2 boundaries to come from it. 1 ball left in this 3rd over. This one again over the offside, and again is going to be another boundary in a great way to the end of the over. The ball is still rolling all the way through, and that is going to do it. 3 overs gone, the boundary to finish it, and that's going to do it. 3 overs, 24 without loss.
We see 3 boundaries in that over. 1 to Karun Kumar, 2 to Charan Sateja. They both move along to 12 off 9 deliveries. And just a few loose ones that over from Justin Dill. Just releasing that early pressure that they'd been able to build through the first couple of overs of the day.
Yeah, it seems like the batsmen are used to what the wicket is going to do and how the wicket is playing. And again, when you give them any types of width, they're going to take advantage, as we saw in the previous over. And that's going to bring along a bowling change. It's going to be Paras Marwaha coming into bowl. So it's going to hold back Balupali, opting for a change in the bowling attack here and see if they can just throw these two batsmen off rhythm.
Little away. Little away. There you go. No single. Come on, let's keep talking, boys. Here we go, Paras. Here we go, fellas. Come on. Paras.
So we see spin into the attack for the first time today.
He's right on the money straight away. The left arm orthodox coming into the attack, and interesting call to bring him on to this end because the short boundary will be playing to the leg side of the right hand.
Spot on, turning away. Little bit of spin on offer on this wicket traditionally as well.
That's it, buddy.
But you can see he's not giving the batsman that sweeping length. He's not giving him that room and time to just throw his hand pads, keeping it quick and just keeping it in that good length. This time a quick single tried and is going to be taken. Good backup that
Good
time.
throw would have had him there. And what we've seen so far through these first three deliveries from Paras Marwaha is how important it is to control your length as a spinner on this wicket. There's a little bit on offer, a little bit of turn on offer. Ball stopping a little bit as well, but you've got to make sure that you're really controlling the length that you're bowling, because that'll be key to keeping the scoring to a minimum.
Here's the interesting matchup. The left arm orthodox against the left-hander, turning in to the very aggressive Charan Sateja. So again, has to be very careful with his length now.
Length important. Don't want to get into that range where you step and hit and you can be hit back down the ground, but anything short's going to sit up and wait to be hit.
That one was a little bit shorter, but it's well fielded by the man in mid-wicket. He seems to be just hurt there too. Again, he's holding his finger. He's shaking it around. He seems okay now. I think it's Luke Schofield out there.
It sits up there. Luke Schofield gets a hand on it.
Yes, sir, thank you.
Able to save three.
Yeah, that ball was pummeled over there by Jordan. That's a power. So I can imagine how badly that one struck on his fingers. This time a little bit of room on offer, and he's able to just to work it a short third and two, especially in the power play.
That's absolutely right, Aman. Be looking to get out of the over, minimising the damage here. Just the two off it so far.
Schofield, who's kept it and saved 4 runs. It's been brilliant there, and that is going to do it for that 4th over. The good one at that 27 without loss. So it's been a decent start between these two. Able to get the singles going, so they're keeping the strike rotating, even if there wasn't a lot of boundary, especially in this previous over. Just 3 runs, but they snuck away 3 of those runs.
No, I think if you're the St. Louis Americans, you're pretty happy with that over. Just the 3 offered as we see another change in bowling here. So we're going to have see Sherfane Rutherford into the attack for the...
Again, new man. And again, it's just a 2-arm pacer, 2-step pacer, and he just rips it in quick. And he's hard to put away in the power play. They use him in these situations to dare the batsman to take him on.
No, spot on. Of course, very handy all-rounder to have in your side. Be looking to get this.
with on offer and is just going to avoid backward point and is going to run all the way for 4 runs. It was aerial for a moment. You can hear the calls of catch it, but it's 4 nonetheless for Karan Kumar.
That's exactly right there, Aman. A lot of power coming out of the shoulder there. And unfortunately on this occasion, just heard a little bit wide, a little bit short. Karan Kumar good enough to get that one away to the boundary for 4.
That time again, it looked short, it looked wide, but it just slowed it down a little bit. It's the variation that he has is why he's been brought on in this situation. This time much straighter in line, not allowing Karan Kumar to throw his hands through.
And look at backward point there, quite tight on that single. Ayan Khan stationed there, good fielder.
This time too full, but it was well worked, well fielded there from Paras, who just bowled a brilliant over, now saving at least 2 runs there off the bat of Karan Kumar.
I've been good in the field so far this morning, the St. Louis Americans.
Again, that is going to be key on this quick outfield with a short boundary that's on the right-hand side of your screen at the moment.
Absolutely. Good comeback here from Rutherford. Just the 5 off the over, 1 delivery to come.
Interesting battle here again. How do you do with the left-hander who's got the leg side? It's short for him. You want to make sure you keep it outside off, but he's shown the ability to go over the offside. It's a good way to do it. He just bowls short. He bowls quick on him. They're able to scamper away for a quick single. A good ball to end the over. That's going to do it. 5 overs gone, 33 without loss.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस, इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, तेरे घर लाने का।
1, 2, 3.
We see Paras Mawaha bowling his second here. There. Interesting with the left-hander on strike that they've gone back to him instead of waiting for a little bit more protection outside the power play.
I think when you have multiple left-arm orthodox, that is why you have to go with him. You have Ayan Khan, who also bowls left arm. And there you go. That's why they bring him on, because he gets the wicket of Jadan Saiteju looking for the big sweep. It was up in the air for a while. Dill and Kanchen does well behind the stumps, gets the glove on it, and that is going to be the wicket. And the first one goes due to Paras Mawaha.
Yeah, and some very alert wicket keeping there from Dill and Kanchen. Spoke about him earlier. We'll have another look. That one, that extra bounce that I spoke about. Taking the top edge off the chest, and he's alert enough to respond. Takes the catch, and that's the first one to go.
And it's a big one at that. Again, he looked well in. He looked like he understood what the wicket was doing. Just that one bounces up on him, and now you could see the Chicago Tigers maybe slow down because of just the new batsman trying to assess the wicket. Again, it was a good partnership that was building, broken at the right time, and the last over of the power play. Paras Mawaha, he does a job as the left-arm orthodox.
So we see Saad Ali straight into the crease now.
Same field for him. Left-hander, Saad, right? Yeah.
See another left-hander, Saad Ali. One of the 2 marquee players for the unfortunately missed last weekend, battling a virus, but good to see him back in the lineup this week. And of course, it's great to have players like Saad here for the 2022 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco.
What do you need? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, absolutely. To have guys like Saad, to have all the players available, it wouldn't be possible without any of those aforementioned. And again, when we look at Saad Ali, he's someone who can come in and he just, again, he's a rotator. He also is able to put the bad balls away, very similar to Charan Saiteja in that aspect.
And a very good player of spin as well, Saad. Be interesting to see in the power play if he takes him on.
It's not easy to take on a guy like Paras Moaha when he's bowling like this, hitting the right areas and just making the batsman stay honest.
Some good fielding there at mid-wicket by Luke Schofield.
And Paras Moaha, he's just in the right areas. They are going to get a single there, but again, in the last over of the power play, you'll be happy giving up singles as long as you're not giving up those easy boundaries.
He's bowled beautifully here through his first two, Paras Moaha. Just the 4 off his first 10 deliveries here. Also broke Pickett. Another wicket here would firmly put this power play in the St. Louis Americans' corner.
This one, some width given, and it was just hit straight to short cover. On a clinic so far here in the power play.
He's got away with that one. Little bit of width, a little bit too full. Hit straight to the fielder.
Again, hit straight to the fielder. It's just the way it's been going so far for the Chicago Tigers. Can't pierce the infield, and that's going to do it for the power play. Just 34 runs in a 1-over power play. A 1-over to finish that power play, and that's going to do it for 6. 34 for the loss of 1.
Keep going, boys. Keep going, boys. Keep going, boys.
A very good power play if you're a St. Louis Americans fan here. So we have a look at the bowling card. Oh, we have a look at Karan Kumar, 19, moved along to 19. Saad Ali just joined him at the crease. Of course, we just saw the first wicket fall in that 6th over.
And as we take a look at the bowling card, it's just been tight. Justin Dill got in his 2nd over, but other than that, been all tight overs. Vasupali just giving up 6. Paras Moaha 4 in his 2 overs with the big wicket. And Jervain Rutherford only 6 runs in his first over, so it's been tight all the way around for the St. Louis Americans.
See Rutherford, Jervain Rutherford continuing.
Easy, easy.
And again, tight on the body, just not giving any room to Saad Ali.
So we have a look at the field for Jervain Rutherford outside the power play here. Deep third man, deep point, long off, long on, and deep forward square. Think he'll be operating back of a length here.
That one back of a length, and it's worked through mid-wicket, but he has a fielder out there in the deep, and they thought about 2, just 1 against St. Louis. They're quick, they understand the conditions, and they're using it to their advantage at the moment.
No, they've been great in the field so far. Great energy from the St. Louis Americans here. You can hear it through the audio. They've been up for this contest so far. They've been very good in the field.
That one nearly a catch there. As you can see all the beautiful signs in the background, all the volunteers putting in all their work, and we see the Sunoco sign. And again, the Chicago Tigers going to hope to refuel and regroup after that power play didn't go. And there's a shot there through the leg side, and it is just going to end up being 2.
Nicely played there by Saad Ali. That one scoots back for a second. Played international cricket for Pakistan back in 2018. Oman. Now playing his trade out here for the Chicago Tigers.
Lovely, Shafin. That's it, buddy, that's it.
Oh, and the little bit of extra bounce that's on offer here. Just taking a few balls to get acclimatized to this wicket. A little bit slower than he anticipated. And of course, this wicket just a little bit challenging this morning.
Hitting it back of a length all day long, keeping it right and tidy on the batsman's body, not giving him much to work with.
Of course, match officials today, proudly presented by Sunoco. We've got Matin Inamdar standing at the Dart and Creek end.
Would you go deep square, please? Sure. I'll go here. This can be inside. This one. That can be inside. Make sure you have a graphic frame. I don't understand. Huh? That can be inside. No, I'll leave them outside. Ahmed.
And Matin Inamdar joined by Srinivas Chira, local to St. Louis, officiating in today's Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship match. You can read all about that one on Dafa News, Aman.
We're going to see which players make and again, the beauty continues from Oaha, keeping it right and tidy on and around that off stump. Not much Gunnar Kumar could do with that one.
Bowling Paras.
This time makes some room for himself. There was width on offer, but it's the end of the power play, so it's just going to be one out to sweep a cover.
This is the opportunity as a left arm spinner. This is the opportunity where you can start to flight the ball a little bit more. See, he's got protection out there on the leg side, 3 back on the leg side, no mid wicket in the circle. And with the slow wicket here, he'll just be getting him to try and turn that one into the leg side, maybe catch a leading edge.
This time it is in the arc. Enjoy that one. Again, that time try to flight it up, but it was just too wide and it allowed Ali to pounce on it.
Yeah, that length, the length and the width there, as you mentioned, offer just gave Saad Ali the opportunity to get that one wide to the left of short cover. As we have another look at it here, just a little bit full, elevated, and he's good enough to beat. Justin Dill couldn't do much about that one.
And the first one not to really find the fielder either. We saw one in the last over the power play that was hit straight to the man at short cover. And he's been so tight all day long. You knew you were due a loosener at one point. Well, he's going to take a breath of relief there. This time it just pulled the length back and it's just worked. Has a little bit of fun, result in any more runs.
I'd much prefer to see that from Paras Moaha. Wouldn't even mind seeing him come around the wicket. He's got the luxury of bowling to that bigger boundary out to the left of screen to Saad Ali. And I'd love to see him maybe come around the wicket and use that bigger boundary with the protection that he's got out there. 3 fielders out on the leg side.
He's been right on the cue to the right-hander all day, and they just keep taking these quick singles from the Americans. And again, that one just finding another outside edge.
Run out opportunity there.
Come on, boys, come on, boys, come on, boys. Bowling Paras.
Have another look at it here. One-handed pickup. Oh, and a clean pickup and breaking the stumps would have had him there.
This time just the inside edge, going to allow them to scamper away for one. Again, another tidy over here. Paras Moaha not giving much to the Chicago Tigers. That's going to do it for 8 overs, 46 for the loss of 1.
My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
What's up, Doug? What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
पता है क्या? तेरे को हाथ में भी दे देता ना थोड़ा पीछे लगा देता बहुत दूर था.
Welcome back here 32 Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Sunoco. As you can see the score, 46 runs on the board, just the 1 wicket, 8 overs done here. And again, it's been really tight and really clinical so far from the St. Louis Americans. Can the Chicago Tigers find a way to rebound and put up a bigger score here in this, as we move to the second half of this innings?
Come on, boys.
No, it's been all the St. Louis Americans. Of course, some power in the sheds for the Chicago Tigers, so it's important that the St. Louis Americans keep this energy going right through this 20 overs.
Yeah.
And they're going to go back to Basupali, who bowled a good first over, was taken off pretty quickly, just gave up 6. That one nearly chopping on. It goes off the bat back onto the pad, and again keeping it tight. Might have gotten away with that one a little, but he does get some nip back in to the left-hander.
That's right, we'll have another look at it here. You see Saad Ali starting to open up those shoulders a little bit, but just a little bit early on the shot take. Not quite accustomed to the pace of this wicket just yet.
Right there, Murli.
And you can see what Murli does every single delivery. He just kind of rolls his fingers over it. That one you can see went for a slower Yorker. And he just works it away a little bit more composed on that occasion.
I think we're starting to see the time where it's Karan Kumar's opportunity to start opening the shoulders a little bit. Been at the crease for 8 overs now. Faced 24 balls himself. Love to see him move into that next gear.
Yeah, historically, when he gets around that 30 mark is when he really starts to pick it up and get going. But if he gets the ball, he will pounce on it. And this one he has pounced on into the leg side, and that one's cleared everybody. It's going to be another boundary there for Karan Kumar, right on cue, Josh.
Yeah, just too short there. Too short there. Not enough pace to be operating at that length, and Karan Kumar, we've seen him punish on anything short so far. One off Justin Dill, and now we'll have another look at this one here. Just not quick enough, and that's easy pickings. That one speeds away, crashes into the advertising boarding.
This time through the offside, and is lifted over the top of the infield and is going to run all the way for 4 runs. Back-to-back boundaries here for Karan Kumar. Like you said, Josh, looking to get things going. And he does that just there.
Yeah, right on cue. And that's been 2 loose ones there from Basupali. Too short on both occasions this time. Outside off and plenty of width on offer. Speeds away for 4.
A little innovation that time from Karan Kumar, and he gets it well enough, and he gets it over fine leg. Another 4 runs there, moved across the stumps, and just does the little tickle, and it rolls. How much bat did he get on that one?
Beautiful over there. Really good over here for the Chicago Tigers. Karan Kumar, 3 boundaries in a row. He moves along to 34. So we see him just shuffle across here. Scoop that one over there to short fine leg. Short boundary down there towards the parking lot today.
Bowling, Murli, no worries, come on.
And this is the over that they were looking for, Aman.
Come boys.
Yeah, look, those Americans were really getting everything going, and everything was in their favor at that point. But now in the 9th over, 3 consecutive boundaries for the Chicago Tigers, right back in the match. This one just worked into the leg side.
Hear the calls for 2 straight away there.
They are going to go ahead and get 2. Look at 9 overs, a very good over that for the Chicago Tigers. 61 for the loss of 1. academy here. They've invested in the youth, and there's a great youth community, great local community that comes out, and they're ready to support their St. Louis Americans here on this first match here of the weekend.
Tell you what's great to see, Aman. You don't see very often here in American cricket. Whites.
Yeah, it's a white ball cricketing country.
Absolutely.
Get some white clothes on. It's always a sight to see.
Absolutely. I've missed the whites, missed the red ball since I've moved over here to the US, so it's great to see some youngsters plying their trades in whites.
Well, Saad Ali, he's not going to sit around anymore. And I think that one might have just fallen short of Justin Dill out in the deep. But again, you can see the approach here from Saad Ali changing. He is going to go after these bowlers now.
Yeah, very good player spin here. Been at the crease for 14 balls now. I'd be surprised if we don't see Saad Ali try and make the most of this last over at Paris Moaha.
Again, an interesting approach. Maybe some people would say just play him out. This is his last. But Saad Ali's not going to listen to that one. He wants to go big. He's an aggressive player and a good player of spin. Nearly went through everything. Just found a little gap between the wickets, the bat, and the keeper.
And that's that length that I've been speaking about right throughout his spell that he's controlled so well. That one there, length to try and take that one over deep mid-wicket, and he's lucky to survive.
This time comes down the track, meets it on the full, just sends it out to the fielder. Oh, a little bit of a misfield, gonna allow them to come back for two. Direct hit. No, they were safe, well safe. Again, clear calls and good running here from the two.
Some alert running there. We'll have another look at this run out because I think it might have been closer than we thought. No.
Nearly another catch there for Dill and Kanchen, and nearly another run-out opportunity. How many times have we seen this today? That exact position over there on the second wicket, just a direct hit might have been the end of Saad Ali.
We'll have another look at it here. Saad Ali really trying to make the most of this last over from Paris Moaha. Falling just out the outstretched hand of Dill and Kanchen on this occasion.
Look at that shot there from Karan Kumar, moving all the way across the stumps. Just works a defined leg, though, kept to one.
And he's one ball away from getting out of what's been a fantastic spell. Just the one wicket, but only conceded 18 here through 3.5 overs. Of course, all 4 overs bowled towards the short boundary as well. Been a big spell for the St. Louis Americans here.
Again, movement from Saad Ali. This time his luck runs out and he's just picked out the fielder. Again, he's been trying to do a lot this over, take on Paris Moaha, and that is going to be the end of him, and that is also the end of the 10th over. That is 67 for the loss of 2 midway through the match.
It's a big wicket there for the St. Louis Americans. Saad Ali really starting to put the foot down on the accelerator, and unfortunately hits it straight to short cover. He'll be on his way for 16. Paris Moaha takes a crucial wicket at the end of 10 overs. 67 for 2. Have another look at the wicket here. Saad Ali just sitting back on that one, a little bit short. Couldn't get the elevation that he wanted there and couldn't clear short cover. Smart catch taken there by Murali Bazapali.
Again, he was making a lot at the crease and was, like you said, just found out short cover. Again, a great spell comes to a great end for Paris Moaha, taking a second wicket and gets 2.
So we see a change bowler. We'll see Baljinder Singh for the first time today. Of course, the new batsman to the crease, Marcus Ackerman, the wildcard player with the Chicago Tigers, and he's been one of the shining lights for them so far this season, Aman.
Yeah, absolutely, Marcus Ackerman. 200 runs through 7 matches across minor league, 2 seasons. Again, he bats at a strike rate well above 100, almost near 140, and he loves to drive the ball. A fantastic front foot player.
Of course, a very strong domestic season in South Africa last year. The top of the leaderboard, the first class competition out there, and great to see.
Absolutely fantastic, and that's the beauty of minor league cricket. Brings all these players together, whether they're youngsters in the States or local players in the States, to top of the table players out in South Africa get to play together. This one just worked through the leg side and has worked all the way for 4. Karan Kumar, excuse me, rather that's Marquise Ackerman.
No, right first time, Aman. Karan Kumar. The show continues for him. It'll be 4 boundaries in his last 5 deliveries, and he's really starting to put the foot down. He's moved along to 41.
It's getting down the leg side, and he's been in. He was at the non-strike for a while in that last over. This time able to take advantage of the loosener. He gets straight up, and as you mentioned, 4 from the last 5, taking the attack to the bowlers. Again through the leg side. This time I think he's just played it to square leg. Just once. Now we can get our first look at Marquise Ackerman.
That one there, you just see they spotted who the fielder was there out at deep square leg, and he's rifled that throwback in, Sherfane Rutherford.
Thank you.
As you mentioned, Marcus Ackerman, the wildcard player for the Chicago Tigers. He'll be looking on this last 10.
And again, right away, gets off the mark with the single. And he's a very positive player. He's not going to get bogged down, and while he waits to get his eye in, he is going to just keep the scoreboard to Kumar to do the bulk of the run scoring, at least to start off his innings.
Yeah, I think that's really important, and we'll see that over the next couple of overs. The next 3 or 4 overs, important that Ackerman spends as much time up the non-strike as then gets Karan Kumar on strike.
And this one you can see one hand coming off the bat from Karan Kumar, trying to heave that one. Just unable to really get any real bat on it.
I think it's important here with Kumar. He started to build some momentum here. It's important that he doesn't start to try and overswing here. He's played beautifully so far. It's important that he keeps playing to his strengths here, not trying to overhit the ball.
This one, he's just worked into the leg side. The early call for 2, and they are going to go very quick between the wickets, and it was hit well out to the left, or to the right of the fielder at long on.
Some smart batting there, playing the big side of the field there, of course. Last ball of this 11th over.
Made it a full toss, but it was a low full toss. Dane P calls it the most underrated delivery in all of cricket, and it only leaks 1 run there. So that's going to do it. 11 overs gone, 76 for the loss of 2.
So we have a look at the card here. Karan Kumar, he's moved along beautifully. He's moved on to 45 off just 34 deliveries. Marcus Ackerman just joined him at the crease. And with a bit of power left in the sheds, what do you think's a good total here, Aman? 9 overs left?
Well, if Calvin Savage gets in and gets a hold of that short boundary, you could be looking at anything of 190 is definitely in the cards. I think you're looking at 175, but we look at the bowling card here. Again, Paras Moaha, he's bowled out just 18 runs, 2 wickets, really been the pick so far. Again, it's been really tight. You've seen a couple of looseners, but the St. Louis Americans, they know this wicket and they understand the right areas to hit.
Yeah, we'll see some more left arm spin now. Ayan Khan, of course, we saw him in action for Oman here on these shores not that long ago. And he's here plying his trade in St. Louis for this Toyota minor league cricket season.
Yeah, look good in Houston for the League 2. There's that time some room made, and it's just going to be one. Can you see Ayan Khan? He's just playing with the batsman at the moment. The batsman just making all these kinds of room. Just saying, I'm playing it straight. You do whatever you want to do. I'm just going to bowl it straight down the pipeline.
And those first 2 balls we've seen, that's once again great control over his length. And it doesn't leave with the batsman with many options other than to just bunt that one into that gap there at point and get off strike.
Batsman, bowler coming. Over to you. 4 balls to go.
We'll have a look at the field here. Pretty conventional field for a left arm spinner bowling to a left hand batsman. 2 behind point on the offside there.
And that one again, a little bit extra bounce on offer as you've mentioned, but they are going to be quick enough to come back for 2. This is good running here from the Chicago Tigers. Understanding the left armor is going to be hard to put away for boundaries. Can take every run they can between the wickets.
A very difficult wicket to sweep on this one, Aman, with that extra bounce. We saw that one a little bit more bounce than he expected. Takes the top edge.
This time using his feet, comes down the track and just worked out for 1. We saw Sadali try to do that a couple times in the previous over of left arm spin from Paras Moaha.
Yeah, and I think with that little bit of extra bounce, you'll see Ackerman put that sweep shot away now. Unless he gets that length that he's after, I think it's a very tough wicket to sweep on. Instead, he'll be using his feet to get down the pitch, hit the ball down the ground.
And this one, just like you said, it's that length. All you can do is really just bunt it out there and hope it finds that gap. But for 3rd man, getting great control on display here from Ayan Khan.
You're not a traditional artificial wicket with the concrete laid under it, this one, Aman, so it means there's a little bit on offer for the spinner.
Again, all he can do is find the fielder, and that's going to do it. 12 overs, another great over for the St. Louis Americans, 80 for the loss of 2.
1, 2, 3. Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need 1 hand on the roof, 1 hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Welcome back as you see Marquise Ackerman making his way back onto the crease. 80 for the loss of 2 are the Chicago Tigers after 12 overs. This is the point where they're really going to want to put their foot on the accelerator and get themselves to a total of, let's say, 160 to 180 is probably where they're aiming at the moment.
Yeah, and what we're seeing here is Captain Justin Dill bringing the youngster, the under-19, Parth Patel, into the attack.
Ayan, don't be back. We want him back.
The spin has been effective today. Again, we saw Paras Moaha, Ayan Khan, different type of spinner, but with the gravel laid underneath that was pressed before the artificial is in, there is something in it for the spinner, Josh.
There is a little bit on offer. What a great opportunity for him, bowling to an established first-class cricketer.
Lovely, good ball, Parth.
And starts off right on the stumps. Again, not much you could do if you're Ackerman, and this is the kind of bowling St. Louis, they know this wicket, and this is the kind of bowling they wanted coming into the day.
Big over. They'll be looking to get a couple of overs here out of Parth Patel. It hasn't gone the way they wanted so far with Murali Basupali. Trying to fill these overs in now before we get to the later stages of the innings, where they'll be relying on their more experienced bowlers like Dill and Rutherford to get them through the death. Be interesting to see whether the batsmen identify this as an opportunity to take on this young spinner. Of course, it's important he holds his composure as well.
And as you see the captain, Justin Dill, on your screen. Again, just setting up the field for the young spinner. And you can see a big slog across the line, an appeal there. I think it might have been outside the line of off stump, but again, pressure on from the young spinner.
Yeah, that one. I'll have a look at that one again if we can. That one just outside the line of off, I think. Well bowled there from the young spinner, giving it a little bit of flight.
Catch it!
And as you see it, he moved well across his stumps. It looked like to be outside the line. This next delivery, they're able to take 2 runs.
That one struck down the ground just to the right of long on, and they'll scurry back for 2. But a good over here so far from the young spinner, and a big opportunity for him to take a crucial wicket here and break this partnership.
Again, with that time on offer, but just not the length that Karan Kumar was really looking for to play that extra cover drive. And like you said, a great over. He's not giving up boundaries, just the singles or doubles that come out every other delivery. This is exactly what you're looking for if you're Justin Dill by giving the ball to Parth Patel.
And this right on there, Aman. It's the type of thing where if you can get through 1 or 2 overs from Parth here and even just pick up a wicket, that's a bonus.
You can see room made that time for Marquise Ackerman. Has he put it away? Yes, he has. He's moved it all along the ground. You can see he gives himself that extra bit of room to swing his hands through and places it just away from long off for 4 runs.
It's a beautiful shot there by Ackerman. He's just giving himself that little bit of room that you spoke about. And that one all along the carpet for 4. Beautiful shot.
So this is the interesting question now. How does Parth Patel respond? It wasn't a terrible delivery, just outclassed that time. He's got to make sure he keeps his composure.
Yeah, he's just got to go back to what's worked for him so far and get out of this over.
Again, that time following Marquise Ackerman. Smart bowling that time from the young off spinner Parth Patel. Just able to get 1, and that is going to do it. 13 overs gone, 89 for the loss of 2.
We'll have a look at the over by over chart here. And that one, remarkably similar to the skyline of St. Louis, Aman. Few tall buildings, few little ones as well.
Yeah, we're just waiting for the arch to get in there, that gateway arch. That's a staple of St. Louis, the gateway to the west. And again, you can see just a couple of overs that have spiked and kept the Chicago. Everything else has been well under 9 runs and over. It's been smart, good bowling here so far from the St. Louis Americans.
And it'll be about minimizing those number of tall buildings as we move towards the back half of this innings, Aman.
Looking for the 1 stories, maybe the 2 stories they'll take, but none of these 3, 4, 5, 6 stories.
Ayan Khan continuing to the left-handed Ackerman.
Again, Ackerman, you can see he knows the pitch is doing something. He's trying to use his feet, get to the pitch of the ball, and give himself some opportunity to make something happen. Ayan Khan, he's so experienced. No.
अंदर वाला रहो, अंदर वाला, अंदर वाला। यार बहुत बड़ा गैप हो रहा है, थोड़ा सा अंदर होना। हाँ बस। अहमद भाई आगे आओ, हर बार नहीं बोलूँगा। Come on. Yes, Bali. Stop effort, Bali.
Come on, man.
Be looking to minimise it. We'll have another look at the fielding here.
And you can see just a great one-handed stop from the man at short third man. Just keeps it to one. Textbook. Again, use the feet, and Ayan Khan again just keeping it hard for Marquise Ackerman, not giving him anything that he wants. Just one on offer.
Yeah, he's adjusted his length back beautifully there. He's identified that Ackerman's looking to use his feet. He's put the sweep shot away after seeing that extra bounce on offer, and he's just dragged his length back here. We'll have a look at it. With Ackerman on the move, he's just pulled his length back there and not left him the opportunity to get that ball back down the ground.
And again, all they can find here is one run. It's been a brilliant over from Ayan Khan. He's been right on the money, just 4 runs from it, and that is going to do it. 14 overs gone, 94 for the loss of 2.
We're back here at ACAC Park, and Karan Kumar's moved on to his half century off 44 deliveries. He's joined at the crease by Marcus Ackerman, of course. "14 overs done now in this one, Aman. How do you see it playing out from here?"
Karan Kumar reaching that milestone of 50. I think now he's really going to try to keep
Sherfane Rutherford coming back into the attack, looking to break this partnership now.
And you can see making some room for himself, and he's worked it well away from long off. Again, Karan Kumar hit his milestone of 50, and now he's going to swing at everything. Does just that and gets it away.
It's a beautiful shot there. Just gave himself a little bit of room, backed away. And he's got that one over extra cover, and that one runs away on this fast outfield for 4.
Gonna need more shots like this. Again, made room, just able to get enough bat on it. This time, I think it's come off the pad. I think it's down the leg side as well. Again, Sherfane Rutherford this time just following Karan Kumar. Josh, you see the intent right away from Karan Kumar. He's not sitting back anymore. He knows he has to take on these bowlers. With just 6 overs remaining, you need a score of 160, 170 with how quick the outfield is, with how that boundary is outright of the screen. You have to take advantage.
This is that stage of the innings where it can go one of 2 ways as the opening batsman. You've done your job. You've got your side to a good platform. And if you start to get stuck now and undo that momentum, halt the progress towards the back end of the innings.
And Marcus Ackerman, he's looking for 2, and they are going to go ahead and get it. No, they're not. This was sharp work from the St. Louis Americans. They're quick. They've been good all day, and they keep it to just 1. They were really sure about 2 all the way through, and Ackerman sends Karan Kumar back at the very last second.
I don't think you'll see many 2s out towards that side of the field today with that 55-yard boundary out there. We see here these 2 quick between the wickets. Some good work there by Ayan Khan, though.
And this one, just 1 run. Again, you won't mind it if you're St. Louis. The ones aren't going to kill you at the moment. It's only going to get to a score of maybe 130. Again, 170 seems to be the score you're looking at if you're the St. Louis Americans.
Yeah, I'd be happy to, if I'm wearing my St. Louis Americans shirt, I'd be happy to keep them below 160. I'd like to think that that would be something that with my batting lineup I'd be able to chase.
And for the Chicago Tigers, the one positive you're taking from this soaked up a lot of dot balls. You've at least kept the strike moving and keep runs flowing while Sherfain Rutherford is bowling.
I'll be interested to see where the Americans find this over from. Got to find one more.
And this one is just sent through the leg side. They're pushing for two, but just going to settle for one. Again, not a lot of runs coming, but they'll take any runs as they do come. That is going to do it. 15 overs gone, 103 for the loss of 2.
Five overs left in this one. Of course, Dill's got 2 up his sleeve. Sherfain Rutherford with 1 and Ion Khan with 2. So you'd like to think that they'll lean on these experienced players to get them through these last 5. Ion Khan bowled beautifully so far.
Yeah, I think experience supreme here, and that is where it seems as if they're going to go again. Justin Dill, just one over that really was expensive. The first over that he with the experience he brings, the pace he brings, and the types of deliveries he can go out there and bowl. And they are going to go back to Ion Khan here in the 16th. And again, we'll see what the Chicago Tigers can do and how they refuel here. 15th over.
Partners here. This 2022 minor league.
See how they regroup again. They're going to need those boundaries to come. They have a short boundary at one end of the ground. Can they take advantage of it? Marquise Ackerman has not been able to do much against Ion Khan today. Can he pick this over to be the big one?
Be interesting to see what options Ackerman has in his kit bag here.
Again coming down, and again Ion Khan adjusting the length beautifully, not giving Ackerman anything at the moment.
He's thrown that one a little bit wider as well. He's seen him coming and really thrown that one wide and made him reach. And that's what it's about. As we get towards the back end of this innings, you don't want to get in that swing arc. You want to keep it outside the swing, the normal swing arc, and he's done that beautifully by dragging that length back and wider.
This time the sweep comes out. Has he got enough on it? Oh, and it looks like it is just going to bounce away. It looks like it spun away from the fielder at square leg. It's a short boundary out there. Did not get all four. Nonetheless, finally something for the Chicago Tigers.
Yeah, and Kumar moving along. He's now moved on to 60 of 50 deliveries. And the spin's done for Sam Duss there down on the substitute fielder, number 38, Sam Duss. There's that one. A little bit of a top edge on that one. And we'll have another look. Yep, just pitched. Pitched and turned.
That one nearly pitched and turned onto the stumps there for Ion Khan. You could see again, we saw Kumar make some room for himself just over the top of middle stump and gets away with that one. This time Ion Khan stops in his tracks as soon as he sees Kumar move all the way to the wide line.
Kumar definitely eyeing off that short leg side boundary.
And again moves out there, again pulls out the sweep, and again as he picked the gap he has, it's going to be another 4 runs. You can see he's making sure that short leg side boundary, and he's taking advantage of it twice now in this over.
He's covered the spin of that one beautifully. Spin the bounce on offer in this wicket here at ACAC Park. He's negated that. He's played that sweep shot beautifully to deep backward square for another boundary.
It's all of that movement he's doing on the crease. Just Ion Khan just trying to keep it straight. And Kumar's just giving himself the opportunity. This one darted in a bit quicker, and it is just going to be a quick one. And that is going to do it. 16 overs gone. A good over there for the Chicago Tigers. 113 for the loss of 2.
we have a look at the batting card here. Karan Kumar really starting to push on now. He's moved along to 65. Marcus Ackerman, yet to see him really get out of first gear. Of course, 4 overs left in the innings. Bit of power in the sheds there. Calvin Savage, we know what he can do.
Yeah, and with the bowling power indeed, Justin Dill has 2 overs left. You assume he's going to come in at this stage of the match, the 19th, maybe the 18th, 20th. You're also going to see Shafane Rutherford with 1. Ayan Khan, does he get another after that expensive over is going to be the question. So maybe a Balinger Singh could come in and bowl one of these last 4 overs. But it looks like Justin Dill here in the 17th. That's where they're turning the hat to.
Justin Dill, experienced campaigner here. Of course, plied his trade for the New Jersey Stallions and before that in South Africa, but now calls St. Louis, Missouri home. He's captain of this side. It'll be great to see him progress as a leader throughout this season as well.
Yeah, with New Jersey, a lot of names over there. Here in St. Louis, you're really the biggest name if you're Justin Dill, and got a lead from the front with the ball. Again, 4-run over in his first over of the day. The second one was a touch more expensive. How does he work here in the 17th? Starts short, starts wide, and he's going to start off with the boundary. Not a great delivery that from Justin Dill. It's too easy for a man in Karan Kumar who's well set into the flow of today's game. It's going to be another 4 and a brilliant way to ease the pressure in this 17th over.
He's gone off pace into the wicket there, as we see it again. Into the wicket, and unfortunately with third man up, any bat on it with that width and length is going to go away to the boundary for 4. He's going to be going with those cutters into the wicket here, trying to get them to hold up in the wicket. He needs to be straighter. He needs to use that big boundary. He's got 3 fielders out there. We have a false start.
Football false start.
Definitely no false starts in a Toyota, Aman.
This time straighter on to the body, and it is just going to be kept to a couple of runs. They're going to push. No, they just settle for 1 there again. Tight in the field of St. Louis Americans, not giving the Tigers anything.
No, very good work there by the youngster Parth Patel out there on the deep mid-wicket boundary. Quick across the ground and impressive with that arm back into the keeper there.
Yeah, you can see right here the arm strength shown on full display. Reminiscent of the St. Louis Cardinals. Watching some of those outfielders whip it into the catcher.
Haven't been fortunate enough to make it down there yet during my time here in fabulous St. Louis, Missouri, where we are this weekend, Amar. Of course, you can catch 3 more games after this one over the course of the weekend here.
And this one sent through the leg side, and it's going to be sent well enough for 4. No, it's brilliant work again on the boundary by the St. Louis Americans. They've been so good all day long. That one looked to be a certain 4, one-handed stop. Only keeps it to 2 runs.
We spoke about it yesterday, Aman, the home field advantage that would be offered playing on a synthetic hybrid wicket. But what can't be understated is knowing the field that you're playing on, and we see some good work there from Shafane Rutherford.
And they're going to think about 2. They're going to push for 2, and they are going to go and get 2. A little bit of a fumble from Ayan Khan.
Are these 2 quick between the wickets? These 2 are quick between the wickets, and we're seeing this scoreboard really starting to move a lot. 9 off the first 4 balls of this one.
A lot of ease into the Chicago Tigers, knowing they had 1, they could just take 2s, and you still get a huge over.
No, it definitely applies more when you're chasing a man, but boundary off the first couple balls of the over always puts pressure on the bowler, knowing that you can turn it into a really big position.
This one hit very, very straight. I think it's going to have the legs to beat the fielder. It will. It's going to be 4 runs. Just a touch too full that time from Justin Dill, and a touch too easy from Marcus Ackerman.
Yeah, his links haven't been quite right today so far, Justin Dill. his first game here at home at ACAC Park, and maybe just taking some time to get adjusted to the length to bowl. We see that one. He's gone cross seam. Marcus Ackerman up to the task. He struck that one beautifully back down the ground for a boundary.
So this is the over here for the Chicago Tigers. 2 as well, so they've kept the pressure on the St. Louis Americans. And this one down the leg side.
Straight up.
And it is going to be taken nice and easy. It was in the air for a long time. Ackerman looked like he was finally getting in some rhythm, but Justin Dilley does the job. He strikes right after that second boundary was hit, and no mistakes in the deep.
No, good catch there from Murali Bazapali down on the boundary. He takes his second one of the day, and that'll be it for Marcus Ackerman. Well-made 23. We have another look at it here, and that one just taking the top edge.
And all they could do was find the fielder at cow corner. That was all she wrote for Marcus Ackerman. Again, a good catch there, and that's going to do it. 3 wickets down.
Ackerman goes for 23 off 16 deliveries. So we see
Let's go, guys. You have time. Bowling Ayan. Ayan, can you get my helmet? Sorry.
we see Calvin Savage stride to the crease. Of course, we all saw last week on social media what he could do with the Willow in hand, and he'll be looking to repeat that today with 3 overs left in this innings.
5 sixes in the late stages of the match last week. And he's going to look to do the same thing. That one was in Chicago here, now in St. Louis. And we know he's a big hitter, but how does he get acclimated with the pitch? Up a little bit, some extra bounce on offer at times. Can he get adjusted and put the pressure on these bowlers with these big shots?
And this is where it becomes important that the information that's coming back from the middle to the dressing room, just letting them know what the wicket's doing.
And you can see a reverse sweep or straight away. We talked about how the wicket was not one to sweep on. Well, he says it doesn't matter for me. I'm going to reverse sweep Ayan Khan straight away. Plays it with the runs.
Yeah, we'll have another look at it here. And what you're seeing there is the tall man, Calvin Savage. You're seeing him use that reach to get right to the pitch of the ball with that sweep shot, that reverse sweep rather, and smother any extra bounce that's coming off this synthetic.
Worked into the offside and just going to go get one. No, Calvin Savage wants to. Throw comes in. And he's going to make it quick there from Karun Kumar. It looked very tight. It looked like the throw came in pretty decent, but they are going to get back for 2.
No, a good throw there from Shofane Rutherford. This one was a tight one, but smart running there from Calvin Savage and Karun Kumar. Gets Savage back on strike at this stage of the innings.
Another reverse sweep, this time unable to connect. Again, Calvin Savage, he's trying to do a lot here, and Ayan Khan, he just adjusted to that length.
We have a look at the run out. Tight, very, very tight that one. Ayan Khan will need to re-bowl that one. No, the umpire just got it wrong.
Again, a big swing across the line. You can see a little bit of turn, a little bit of bounce on offer as well. And Calvin Savage unable.
Ayan Khan that one.
This one just hit straight to short cover. Ayan Khan, he's come back beautifully after giving up 6 from the first 2. Now he's just making dot ball after dot ball. Again,
This
tries
time.
a reverse sweep.
Yeah, switches his feet around this time. A little bit different to the way he's played his previous reverse sweeps, but the result is the same. Gets away for 4.
All the way down the boundary for 4 runs. Again, we saw Ian Khan putting pressure on him. Calvin Savage, he looks very eager to play that innovative stroke. Does it, and does it well. Gets it over the top of the infield, and it runs all the way along the boundary for 4 runs. And that's going to do it. 18 overs gone, 137 for the loss of 3.
Two overs left in this one. Been an intriguing one so far, Aman. Hard to tell who's on top at this stage. It's really going to come down to who can execute their skills well in this last 2 overs. Of course, Karen Kumar set it up the top. One of these top 4 needs to make a big score. He's been the guy to put his hand up for the Chicago Tigers. He's on 70. Just joined at the crease shortly by Calvin Savage, who's moved on to 10 off 6 deliveries.
And again, the question comes for the St. Louis Americans with the ball. Shafane Rutherford, you have to imagine he's going to bowl out. But do you bowl one more Justin Dill? Do you go to a Balinger Singh? Where do you go if you don't go to Justin Dill? That becomes a big question.
I think you've got to go to Dill for the final over of the innings. Shafane Rutherford's going to bowl this one, the 19th. Then Dill will close out. He's your captain. He's your experienced professional. That's what you're paying him to do at the end of the day. So these 2 guys are going to close out the innings, and it's just going to be a battle of who can execute their skills better.
Well, right now, Shafane Rutherford, he's executing well. Pulls out a perfect Yorker. And maybe sliding down the leg side was a close call, but again, a beautiful
couple of
ball.
noises there. Have another look at it, maybe.
Just take a look here.
Bad. Good stuff.
That appeal, there was indications that there was bad on that one. Again, on the money, Shafane Rutherford.
Rutherford coming in and executing those skills straight away. So have a look at this one. Some innovation from Kumar. He's gone with a reverse paddle. Not a bad option, knowing that he's going to bowl full and with 3rd man up. Difficult shot to execute, however.
Another brilliant Yorker there from Shafane Rutherford. And a quick piece of work there. That ball looked like it jumped up on the fielder. He's able to throw it in quite nicely. Keep it to just 1.
Yeah, the fact that Calvin's having as hard as he has at the fielder has probably been what prevented them from getting back on strike. We'll have another look at it here. He's creamed that one, and it's just taken a nice hop for Luke Schofield to collect and get the throw back in.
This time you can see, again, more innovation tried from Calvin Savage. Rutherford falls him all the way out, slows it down, and another dot ball.
And just seeing Karen Kumar starting to get a little bit stuck here. He's favoured that leg side all day. A good piece of umpiring there from Matin Inamdar.
This time bat on ball. And a brilliant catch low to the ground. That So welcome back here to ACAC Park as we'll get to see the new bat, Prithvish Patel, come into the middle as Karan departs. And look at that ball, that's departing all the way. Calvin Savage showing off the power he's got. Able to take that one all the way over the top. This one, the longer boundary, but it doesn't matter for Calvin Savage. That's the first 6 of the day.
It's a big one from Calvin Savage, and that's what he'll be looking to do. Sherfane Rutherford can't get out of the over without conceding that maximum. So we'll have another look at it. Rolls his fingers over it, but unfortunately he's rolled his fingers over it straight into that arc. A beautiful swing path there from Calvin Savage. Sees him pick up his first 6.
And we'll just take another look at this wicket of Karan Kumar. Again, just not able to get quite enough on it. And Justin Dill takes it very low to the ground. Again, just did himself a little bit of pain. Out there, he looks fine now. Set out to bowl this final over. So, Val took the catch in the end. Now for Prithvish Patel, he's someone who likes to come in and naturally play these big aggressive heaves across the line. And that's why he's been sent up the order in this position as we head into the final over.
And I think what you're going to be looking to do if you're Justin Dill here, you're going to be looking to keep him on strike as much as you can. Keep Calvin Savage up the non-striker's end for as much as you can of this last over. We saw it happen last week when Calvin Savage hit 34 off that 19th over. Couldn't face a ball of the 20th that followed it. And we'll be looking... Justin Dill will be looking to keep him off strike as much as possible.
Guys, we've lost the show at Fruit. He's gonna ball wild, eh? Mid one's also up. Good serve, man.
So we can see, we can see all the cameras. We can't see which one you're cutting to.
Again, that slower ball there, a little bit of miswork from Nico Kanchen. Has he got Calvin Savage? No. It was a quick collect and quick throw. Calvin Savage seemed to be quick enough, long legs, and he gets himself into the crease, says the umpire.
And that's what I spoke about at the start of the over there. Calvin Savage looking for any opportunity to get himself back on strike. And they've managed to scamper through for a bye.
It was a good ball from Justin Dill. He rolled his fingers over it, undoes Prithvish Patel, but just not able to collect it cleanly, Nico Kanchen. And he allows Calvin Savage to get on strike. Now, can Calvin Savage use the short boundaries on the leg side and put up a huge total here? The ball now. It was a slower ball. It was full. Has he maneuvered it well enough? No, just to the fielder. And Calvin Savage are going to be at the non-striker's end now. The job is done here for the St. Louis Americans. They get Savage on the non-striker's end.
I think the St. Louis Americans got away with one there. Slower Yorker. I would have been pushing to come back for 2 there. Aman, we've seen the fielder hesitate on the throw. He's double pumped that throw action. Good result. Gets Savage off strike.
Prithvish can't get bat on ball this time. Collected cleanly. No chance for Calvin Savage to get through. Exactly what you're looking for the Americans.
No, a huge result here for the St. Louis Americans. Justin Dill will want to bowl 4 or 5 deliveries of this over at the new batsman that's just come to the crease. You also see some smart bowling there. He knows that this batsman's going to target the leg side. He's keeping it wide.
This time bat on ball, going to allow Calvin Savage to get back on strike. So he's going to have 2 deliveries to do what he can and put the Chicago Tigers into the 160s if he can get a couple of shots away.
I'd love to see Savage keep the strike one way or another for this last ball, these last 2 balls of the innings. I think it's important. He keeps on strike. He's the one that can clear the fence here.
Just bat on ball. The calls for 2. The pickup is clean. Oh, he slips. Jermaine Rutherford, and I think he's let it go all the way for 4. Yes, he had. Yes, he had. A misfield leaves for 4. Jermaine Rutherford was charging in, trying to run out Prithvish Patel, and keeps Calvin Savage at the non-striker's end. A little bit of a slip, stumble, and 4 runs for Calvin Savage.
That's that situation there. We'll have another look at it here. Shefane charging at that one and just can't keep his feet. Lets that one slide through.
This final ball gets bat on it. It's just worked out to sweep recover. Oh, a little bit of a misfield, gonna allow them to come back easily for 2. But it is just 2 runs, wasn't a boundary, so you'll take it if you are
the one short. He's called 1 run short. Some sloppy work there from the Chicago Tigers.
Not what you're looking for if you're the Chicago Tigers, and that is going to do it for their 20 overs. 153 for the loss of 4.
Ahmad, I think you're pretty happy there if you're the St. Louis Americans. If you said to Justin Dill at the toss, I'll give you 153, will you take that? I'd absolutely have taken it, and I think they would have too, looking at how they're reacting at the end of the innings there.
Yeah, they got to be very happy. They didn't let anyone really get into any sort of rhythm. Gordon Kumar would have to be the pick of the batsman, 70 runs to his name. But other than that, everyone was kind of stuck. And you saw again, the St. Louis Americans, they know this wicket, they know the conditions, and they're going to know how to take this on. They're not going to have that really slow start adjusting to the wicket. They're going to know what the wicket's going to do.
Ahmad, absolutely. We'll have a look at the batting card here. Of course, Karan Kumar up the top for the Chicago Tigers. He scored 70 off just 55 deliveries. The rest of the batsmen struggled to get going a little bit. Of course, first time they've played on this wicket before. All those, Charan Sotasia, Saad Ali and Marcus Ackerman all playing here for the... We saw Calvin Savage really put an exclamation on with a few big blows at the end of the innings there.
Yeah, and again with the ball, Justin Dill, 4 overs, 38 runs and a wicket, but I think the main man was Fadas Mawaha, who bowled 4 on the trot, giving up just 18 runs and taking 2 wickets. You also had Shafane Rutherford with a good contribution, just giving up 25 runs and a wicket to his name. Ayan Khan also had a good 4 overs, didn't get a wicket from it, but was tight throughout. So again, 153, that is what the St. Louis Americans are going to need to chase. Again, 154 on the board. And we'll see you back here for the second innings here as we get to see the St. Louis Americans at ACAC Park.
Not quite yet, Ahmad. Got some highlights to have a look at the highlights.
This one was taken through the leg side. And again, as you look at the... That time it's just pummeled. We had Kumar just really get the innings going. A couple of big shots throughout the ground. This time width on offer, and it's a couple of 4s down the ground. Again, we had a lot of 4s come through. And you had Saiteja able to get his self going. Very aggressive. Again over the offside, and again it's going to be another boundary.
A lot of these boundaries that we're seeing here are where the bowlers have urged short of a length and the ball's just sat up nicely on this wicket.
And there you go, that's why they bring him on, because he gets the wicket.
Wicket keeping there by Dill and Kanchen, stayed alert, able to recover and take the catch.
This one he has pounced on into the leg side, and that one's cleared everybody. Kumar did not slow down, he kept the attack going. This one he has pounced on into the leg side, that one's cleared everybody. Had 3 consecutive ones in that over. A little innovation. Again, moving from, again, you can see innovation that time from Kumar.
We saw Saad Ali the next to go. He could do anything other than pick out the cover fielder. Karan Kumar kept the innings moving along. Ackerman struck that one beautifully through extra cover. Past Patel, who came in bowled and over and only went for 8.
But again, we saw Kumar, he was the mainstay in the middle with all these innovative strokes, making life difficult on the bowlers, moving all around the crease. But Ackerman, as soon as he started to look in any sort of flow, just kind of threw it away. This one was carrying the cow corn and he had to go, but it brought in Calvin Savage.
That's right, we'll have a look at Savage here. A couple of from him off Ion Khan. Good batting.
But Kumar was finally given out. He finally just wasn't able to get enough bat on one. Picks out Justin Dill.
This was a big one from Calvin Savage. Rutherford rolled his fingers over that one, but Savage was up to the task.
Didn't just stop with that. 6, again, a little bit of a slip allowed him to get another 4. Again, he was just able to show off the power that he has, that 4 straight through, and that was going to do it. That was all she wrote for the Chicago Tigers. 153 put up on the board, and the St. Louis Americans, they're going to need 154 here in the second innings here at ACAC Park, and we'll see you guys here in the second innings to see if that St. Louis American side can get 154.
We'll be right back. Thanks for joining us.
Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco. You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
Hello and welcome back here to ACAC Park in St. Louis, Missouri. The gateway to the west becomes the gateway to minor league cricket. Great first innings of play with both bat and ball as 153 was put up on the board by the Chicago Tigers. Again, the standout bat was Karan Kumar, who scored 71 runs just in 50-odd deliveries, but also Calvin Savage. He didn't leave without putting out some of those brutal shots that he has, putting 23 in just 11 deliveries. I'm Aman Patel. I'm joined by Josh Dascom. Josh, talk to me about this bowling innings.
Yeah, it was a fascinating first inning. ACAC Park in St. Louis. We saw spin play a big role for the St. Louis Americans. Paris Mawaha took 2 for 18 off his 4 overs, controlled his length beautifully. Ayan Khan did the same as well, bowled in some difficult spots. He obviously, bowling left arm spin at the end is never easy, but he controlled his areas very nicely and restricted them to a total that I think you'd be happy chasing if you're the St. Louis Americans.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, this is their home ground. They know the conditions. We saw the Chicago Tigers kind of take a while to get accustomed to the situation. So now just going to be interesting to see how the St. Louis Americans attack and how we see the Chicago Tigers attack them with the ball.
That's right. We've got Luke Schofield. Of course, he's been a fixture at the top of the order for the St. Louis Americans through these first 2 seasons of minor league cricket. He's joined by one of the 5 changes to come into the mirror.
Yeah, Luke Schofield, like you said, he's been a staple at the top for the St. Louis Americans. For the Chicago Tigers, they kind of go in a couple different directions up top the order, but one of their staples is Calvin Savage, who tends to open the bowling and looks like he is going to continue to do so. And Calvin Savage just enters your screen now, number 2.
The captain taking the new ball here for the Chicago Tigers. He'll be looking to make a few early inroads. A couple of wickets up the top could really put St. Louis Americans right on the back foot here in their pursuit of 154.
Yeah, you can see what he's able to do. He moves it both in and away from the right-hander. Again, it'll be interesting to see the lengths here if he looks to go on that good length that we saw Shafrain Rutherford bowl and use his height to his advantage to just get it to climb on top of Ahmed.
He'll want to operate a little bit fuller than he ordinarily would. A little bit of extra bounce on offer.
He's a big, tall man, so that extra bounce is going to come pretty nicely for the Chicago Tigers and Calvin Savage. Again, for the St. Louis Americans, 153, like you said, Josh. Not a huge total to be afraid of, but you don't want to just throw everything away. You don't want to just throw and go from ball 1. Maybe take some time in and, you know, really assess what you want to do.
I think with the way that Luke Schofield bats, he'll be looking to navigate them through this power play and bat through the middle of the innings and make sure that there's an anchor there at one end. I'd love to see his opening partner, Ali Mir, really take it on.
Well, this one just going to find a little bit of an edge down to fine leg inside the 30, and they are going to get runs straight away from ball 1. And right into the pads of Luke Schofield straight away. A little bit of a misfield is going to allow them to at least get 1. They're going to come back for 2. So a positive start here for the St. Louis Americans.
Come on, guys, come on. Come on, guys, come on.
And this one, once again, angled into the body, Josh.
Yeah, that one just beating him for pace there a little bit. Calvin Savage, of course, one of the quickest bowlers here in this Central Conference. He's going to be looking to make a few early inroads here. A few early wickets put the St. Louis Americans right on their back foot, of course.
No! Oh, yeah, sorry.
And again, that time angled into the pads and again worked away for a single. And you can see a kind of calmness in the St. Louis Americans innings. They understand the wicket, they understand what the situation is, and they're just kind of cruising at the moment, not feeling a lot of pressure.
No. What'll be interesting to see play out this afternoon, Aman, of course, their two key contributors to the bat so far have been Justin Dill and Sherfane Rutherford, both playing their first matches here at ACAC Park. So, be interested to see how that impacts later in the day.
As that one come up, I think he might have been out of his crease anyway, but Calvin Savage strikes in his first over. A brilliant way to start off for the Chicago Tigers.
No, we'll have another look at that one. And that one just catching some glove and well taken there by the wicketkeeper. Down the leg side, never easy. A great catch. That'll be the first one.
As well, 6 for the loss of 1.
Yeah. Come boys, let's get around, come on. You know what? No. Stay up.
So we see Yash Mahajan stride to the crease. Another one coming into the team. 1 of 5 changes for the St. Louis Americans today.
Bowler named Rana.
Promoted up the order from his last stay for the St. Louis Americans. Middle overs there, now sent in the 1 down spot.
He got leg stump.
Yashodan Mahajan. And again, we're going to get to see another mainstay of the opening spell for the Chicago Tigers. It's Rana Aleti, who tends to bowl out his overs, or bowl at least through the power play.
Yeah, we spoke about that off air before. Aman, he's tend to bowl 3 up front, right through the power play for the Chicago Tigers so far this season. Be interesting to see how the St. Louis Americans approach this chase.
And an inside edge straight away again. You can see a little bit of nip coming off of the ball, and just going to be 1.
Tends to shape them in. Aleti.
He likes to keep it full, like swing. And again, he's going to be key to picking up wickets here early so the Chicago Tigers can keep themselves in this match.
Right arm over to you, 5 more.
He showed him the watchful, just letting it leave. And again, you can just see the movement back in.
Good Yash, keep watching it.
This one, he throws his hand. Yashodhan again, he likes to throw his hands at balls outside the off stump. That time, he thought he could get over it, just not enough bat involved.
We'll have another look at the wicket last over. Of course, short stay for Ali. This one down the leg side. Seems to get a little bit of glove on it, a little bit of an take there.
That one again, just coming back in on Luke Schofield. Not much Luke could do. Again, this is why he bowls throughout the power play. He's one of those bowlers who can swing it all the way through. And they, to use him all the way through. Again, look how much this one came back in on Luke Schofield. Inside edge onto his pads. Started basically at the wide line there, Josh.
Just getting them to shape in a little bit. Haven't seen much movement. The other bowlers this morning.
Again, angling it in. And it's not exactly English conditions out there for swing, but...
No, he's played that one beautifully there, Luke Schofield, but can't beat the Calvin one. A nice tidy start there for the Chicago Tigers.
Last ball, sir.
1, 2, 3.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need one hand on the roof, one hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Welcome back to ACAC Park. 2 overs gone, 9 for the loss of 1. And again, we're going to see more Calvin Savage here in the 3rd over.
And I think Calvin Savage, captain of this Chicago Tigers team, he's identified an opportunity here to take 2 or 3 up front in the power play and really put the Americans on the back foot in pursuit of 153.
Going to want Justin Dill and Shafane Rutherford to come out as early as possible. That time, again, you can see he's going back of a length. This is the first one that we've seen away from the body line of the batsman.
Yeah, Luke Schofield missing out there. That one short and wide towards the short.
And just extracting some extra bounce off of the wicket. He just goes over the top edge of the bat of Luke Schofield.
Yeah, that's beaten him for pace, that one as well. You can see that one take off. We see some adjustments to the footwear.
A little bit extra in that one.
Calvin Savage.
Done that all season.
Bowling. Maybe he's sliding through. Maybe it's a little bit tight over there, but not something I can say I've never seen this. Listen, a change of shoe.
No, might have had some troubles there. Might have blown one out. Quite common fast bowlers, but we'll see him. He's going with the rubber studs.
Come on, Captain. Come on, Calvin.
Lead them to a victory. Can just continuing to build that pressure and see if they can find this early wicket of Luke Schofield and bring out the likes of Justin Dill, Shafane Rutherford, bring them out earlier. The earlier, the better.
No, spot on there, Aman. Looking to make some inroads here, get through this top order and put some pressure on the middle order.
This one again angled in, this time hitting the pads. It's going to be down the leg side, but again, pressure straight on here from Calvin Savage, not letting up.
Come on, Captain.
Savage. Generally beating him for pace here so far from what we've seen. Couple of balls on the pads. Couple of balls taking the pads. Couple of balls through the keeper. Needs to get it right here.
Yeah.
Nearly got that one right indeed. Just going to be away from the glove of Sonny Bhatti and is going to run all the way along the carpet for 4 runs using the pace of Calvin Salvage. And that is going to be 4 here in the 3rd over.
Just that one. Just put his fingers over that one, just taking the outside of the pad, and unfortunately not much that the wicketkeeper was able to do on that occasion. That one runs away for a boundary.
Good way for the Americans to get rid of some of that pressure that was building. Again, not the way they're going to want it, not the most convincing hooks, but you'll take 4 runs nonetheless. And this one again right on the money. Pushed the length up that time, but not much that Luke Schofield could do with it.
Spot on, and just like to see a little bit more intensity in the running between the wickets so far. A couple of singles that have maybe gone begging so far at this early stage of the innings. That's a great way to keep this scoreboard ticking over and eat away at that total without needing to take too many risks.
And that one just going to be left alone there from Luke Schofield, and that is going to do it for 3 overs, 13 without loss, for loss of 1.
So we have a look at the batting card here. Ahmed Ali Mir was the first one to fall. He wasn't able to get off the mark. Luke Schofield at the crease along with Yash Marjan. Of course, 1 for 13 off 3. And they'll be eager to get moving here. Want to keep that required run rate down below 9. Currently sitting at 8.29.
Yeah, I thought the Chicago Tigers did really nice. What they did really well in their first innings, like moving, even when the boundaries weren't really falling, they kept those singles flowing. Something we haven't really seen from St. Louis. They kind of get bogged down at one end, and just really only dealing in boundaries at the moment.
Spot on, Aman. Probably the reverse. The Chicago Tigers, they struggled to find the boundary a little bit at times. Whereas what we've seen so far is that almost exclusively dealing in boundaries so far, the Americans.
And you're going to continue with Rana Di Paletti. And usually bowls 3 on the trot, and if they give him a 4th straight, just trying to extract that swing that he brings back into the right-hander. And right away onto the pads, but it looked like that might have been sliding down the leg stump here from the Chicago Tigers.
Yeah, that one looked close. That in swing that he's extracting. And Yash Mahajan. So we'll have another look here. Guys, it's hard for us to see, but just because of the bandwidth, it's hard for us to see much that's getting run on the replays.
This one stayed a little bit straighter, but only could find the infielder. How many times do we see that from the Chicago Tigers? Only able to find the infielder. Again, that trend continues here in the 2nd innings.
Keep going, Yash, come on.
This one again full. This time he was really pleading. I thought he felt more confident. It might have been sliding down maybe a little high on that occasion.
2 noises on that one, Aman, I think. Got the fortune of hearing it through the stump mic there, and I think on that occasion we'll see the umpire not signal leg by, so that one's come off the bat. Saved him on this occasion. We'll have another look. Yep, and that one, just a little bit of bat on it.
Schofield this time comes down the track and is just going to push it out to mid-wicket for one. He was looking to go straight back down the ground, but found the inner part of the bat. Again, it's been tight bowling here so far from the Tigers.
Yeah, that's that in swing. That's that little bit of extra swing the runner deep's extracting. And that one, he was definitely looking to hit that one back down the ground through mid-on and taking the inside half of the bat and gone out to deep backward square legs. It's been some good new ball bowling from the Chicago Tigers so far.
These two very accustomed to bowling in the opening. They're able to do it so well. It's the role they've been assigned. This time you can see a bigger swing that time, and is going to beat everybody and is going to run all the way for 4 runs. A good effort put out by the man in the deep, but finally bat on it this time off the bat of Yash, and is going to go all the way along the ground for 4.
And we see him make contact. With this one again. Off the inside half of the bat, but this one, this quick outfield, short boundary here at ACAC Park, and that one's run away behind square for 4. Much needed boundary for the St. Louis Americans.
Yeah, just dealing at dots before then. And just the 1 run from Luke Schofield, and now to get that 4. It's a big sigh of relief. Keep those in the run chase. Again, the required run rate is just a touch under 9. You want to keep it that way. And just a dot to end it, so that's going to do it. 4 overs gone, 19 for the loss of 1.
1, 2, 3.
Took that last corner pretty quick.
Sir, I need 1 hand on the roof, 1 hand on the pump.
Timeout for Sunoco Go Rewards.
Keep pumping.
With new Sunoco Go Rewards, when you fuel, you save, because rewards come first.
Welcome back here to ACAC Park. So we're going to get to see our first bowling change. We're going to go with Prithvish Patel to come in, replace Calvin Savage, saving him in 4 to death. So for Prithvish Patel, someone who moves it away from the right-hander, does get a little hint of swing.
Of course, great here in St. Louis, Missouri for round 4 of the 2022 Toyota Minor League Championship, presented by Sunoco. This one's in the balance at this stage.
And you can see Schofield, that shot too full that time, and Schofield gonna take advantage, had the room to make it work. And is it gonna be signaled 6 or 4? Looks like it is gonna be signaled 4 there from the umpire. Just 1 bounce over the rope, but a brilliant shot there from Luke Schofield. This time much straighter onto the body in the outfield, but good work to keep it to just 1.
That's a far better link there from Prithvish Patel. That first one just full enough to allow Luke Schofield to get into that swing arc and hit it back over mid-off. We'll have another look at it here. And yeah, just erring full on the length on that occasion. Schofield up to the task and hits that one beautifully over the top mid-off.
Again, right on the body, and just going to be whipped away just for 1 again, finding that same fielder. But again, this is what the St. Louis Americans were missing in their previous 4 overs, just the little ones after the boundaries.
Absolutely. Change of bowl, a little release of pressure here as well with that first ball boundary followed up by a couple of singles. So this is the type of batting that we want to see from this pairing at the top of the order for St. Louis. It's going to take a lot of pressure off the bigger hitters that they've got through their middle order. Ayan Khan.
This time, no run on offer. A little bit slower that time, a little bit further outside the off stump, unable to maneuver it through mid-wicket. But as you mentioned, big hitters to come for St. Louis. These two are going to want to stick in and keep the platform going.
And that's absolutely right, Aman. It's important that these two keep the scoreboard coming over. much up to the middle order. Targeting the third bowler that we've seen today for the Tigers.
This time it's short, and he's got all of this one on the pull shot. Again, Luke Schofield, he's taking advantage. The third bowler is proving to be the one the St. Louis Americans were waiting for. And it's another boundary to the name of Luke Schofield. And he's starting to get in a rhythm.
Yeah, just not quick enough to be bowling that length. We'll have another look at it here. Schofield sat back beautifully. He's pulled that one hard over through deep forward square leg for 4. Not much that this deep square sweeper could do about that one, Aman.
And now you can see Prithvish just signaling to come a little bit straighter. But how does he respond? You had 2 boundaries coming the over. There's 1 ball remaining. Again, it was a brilliant power play before this for the Tigers. This one, he's hit into that same area. Has he got better? Has he picked out the fielder? And Noah's going to run all the way for 4 runs. He put it just in front of where that fielder was. 4 more for the St. Louis Americans as they end the 5th over.
When you're bowling the pace of Prithvish Patel, you just can't be bowling that length. And Luke Schofield's going to eat that up for breakfast every day and hit it out as we have another look here. And that one, same spot, same result. Disappears over square leg. Not much the deep square fielder could do about it on that occasion. That one runs away for 4.
That is going to do it for 5 overs. 33 runs on the board for the loss of just 1 wicket. To a much better start in that over. Again, if you see the batting card, Luke Schofield finally getting things going, putting up 15 runs now. Excuse me, 19 runs now after that last boundary. He's gone up to a run a ball, and Yashodhan, he was happily watching that over from the non-striker's end, but he's just under a run a ball at the moment. These two are going to want to build a nice partnership to keep that middle over going.
Of course, 1 for 33 at the end of 5. Chicago Tigers were exactly the same, Aman. None for 33 after 5 overs, so right on par here at the moment. Of course, St. Louis Americans will be looking to keep this momentum going.
Did this one find a glove, or is it going to be signaled wide? Noah say his pad there from the umpire. You could see the Tigers, they were in elation. They really liked it, but it is just going to be signaled off of the pad of the batsman.
Yeah, that one's just come off the thigh pad of Yash Mahajan.
But you can see Aleti, he's keeping things tight, keeping it on the ball swing. This one again coming off of the body of Yash, but it is just going to be 1.
Still getting that shape here as we move in towards the end of the power play. Shout earlier, just off the thigh pad. A good decision there by umpire Srinivas.
And you can see exactly what the plan is here for Aleti. He's just letting it swing back in to the right-hander, looking to see if he can find the pad, find the stumps, maybe find some bat on it. And it's going to be signaled a no ball there, and he's put it straight back down the ground. Luke Schofield comes down the track, got the width, puts it straight back down the ground for 4, and also he gets a free hit to couple that one up.
We're really seeing Schofield putting his foot on the accelerator here, moving that scoreboard along. That's 4 boundaries in his past 7 balls now. With a free hit to come, we'll have another look as he's just overstriding on that one. Looking for that little bit of extra pace, a little bit of extra swing. He's going to need to come back well here, runner deep. He's bowled a good 2.5 overs here so far. A big swing and momentum here towards the St. Louis Americans in pursuit of this 153.
No change in field, guys.
Well, now Luke Schofield has the ability to pick and choose where he wants to play this shot. No ramifications unless he gets run out. This one's sent down the leg side, and it's just going to be 1. Again, good delivery there. Unable to get onto it, Luke.
That ball's nearly gotten away from Calvin Savage there. Some good fielding in the end has prevented that one. That one's taken a kick off this fast outfield today. And you're right, Aman. Luke trying to overhit that one and can't take full toll of the free hit that was on offer. But nevertheless, productive over so far for the St. Louis Americans.
This one did find a thick outside edge, but it was not thick enough to get it to the man at short third man. It's going to run all the way along the ground for 4. He wants it, but a productive over nonetheless.
And that's just the way it goes when the momentum's rolling. That one goes the St. Louis Americans' way, and that one rolls away for another boundary. Really big couple of overs here. They've moved on to 44.
At the end of the power play, the Chicago Tigers just had 34 runs on the board. Remember the 1 run over bowled from Bada. So this is a great start here for the St. Louis Americans as the power play comes to a close. That through the leg side, and it's just going to be 1. And exactly what you want if you're the St. Louis Americans. When it's not a boundary, the runs are still flowing.
Absolutely, Aman. And of course, this tournament not possible without the support of our partners, and one that we're happy for the first time this year, Daffa News. Catch all your sports news there, including a wrap of the Toyota 2022 Toyota Minor League.
As that run there is going to bring an end to the power play. A good power play at that for the St. Louis Americans. They responded well in the back half of it. 6 overs gone, 46 for the loss of.
As we'll have a look at the worm. See that spike there. The end of the power play, just bringing things back up in the favor of the St. Louis Americans. They've moved on to 46 for 1. Another 108 needed off 84.
Patel giving back the ball. This time again through the offside, and again another boundary. Prithvish Patel, he's been expensive. This one, the biggest of them all, straight back, and has gone all the way for 6 runs. Luke Schofield going here at ACAC Park.
Absolutely, and he's identified that this is the bowler he wants to take on, and he's really starting to see the ball well now. He's moved along to 31 off 23 deliveries after a slowish start.
This one through the leg side, through that same region, and it is going to go all the way. It looked like it was 6 live. I think it is going to be 1 bounce over the rope for 4. And he's put it right over the top of that fielder. I think the fielder had misjudged it, running along to his right. And 4 more runs for Luke Schofield.
He's really seen it nicely now. We'll have another look at it here. That one just short of a lengthy. And that one's taken a big bounce.
Wait, oh no!
This time a dot ball from Prithvish Patel, and that's what he's going to be looking for. Again, he's been expensive throughout his first couple of overs so far. He's given up 24 runs in just 1.3 balls. So he's going to want to find a way to get some more dot balls through.
Absolutely, and I think that's the key stage. They need to start building some dot ball pressure. A couple of wickets will help with that. Schofield just needs to keep his head about him here. He's going nicely.
This one is just able to work it away for 1. Make it 2. Good quick running here. Chance of a run out, no. Luke Schofield, he's quick and he gets back in time.
Good running there by the St. Louis Americans. Two right off the bat there, and they've both run hard and managed to make it back safely. Using the... We'll have another look here.
Thank you, sir.
Close one there, but well run by Luke Schofield. Need to keep balancing that with the aggression that we've seen from him so far this over.
Again, just the quick single. Again, it's smart batting like this the St. Louis Americans need. They found the boundaries early. Now it's just time to keep the single double moving and keep the scoreboard ticking. Don't let that run rate climb over 9. It's now under 8, exactly what they wanted.
Absolutely. Seeing that required run rate, traveling in the direction that you want if you're a St. Louis Americans fan. Tuning in. Down to just 95 needed off 79 now.
This time with on offer, but it was just pulled away. He's going to find one for just 1 run. But again, I think Yeshodin is fine to just take 1 and let Luke Schofield get going whilst he's in this groove.
That'll be the end of the over. Score is 60 for 1 after 7.
Okay.
We'll have a look at the batting card here. Luke Schofield really got his skates into gear over the past couple overs. He's moved on to 38, 5 boundaries and a 6. He's been ably supported by Yas Mahajan, who's moved on to a runner ball 12 with 2 boundaries himself. So we have a look at the bowling card.
Yeah, with the bowling, it's just been expensive here from Prithvish Patel. 2 overs gone, 28 runs he's given up. Ranadeep's bowled well, 3 overs, 21 runs. Calvin Savage, 2 overs, just 3 runs. He took a wicket as well. You're going to need to find a way to get back into that kind of groove.
We see a change bowler coming in now. Marcus Ackerman.
Batsman, bowler coming, right arm over to you.
Bowling some leg spinners, it appears.
Yeah, it is going to be Marcus Ackerman. They go into a different bowler. Haven't really used him much, but they're going to him because they need that wicket. They need a change. Can Ackerman be the one to deliver it? Used it well. He's gotten all of this one, and straight away, that's a big 6 there as he goes across the line, taking advantage of the small boundary, and a great way to start off this new over.
Absolutely, and that's the second time now we've seen a 6 off the first ball of the over. And the St. Louis Americans set this over up nicely. I spoke about it in the first innings, but boundaries earlier in the over can really help in a chase to help bring down that scoreboard pressure. And
Ackerman responds by pushing it away from the arc, and that is going to be the key here. Again, bowling into the short leg side boundary that he is. He's going to want to keep him playing through the offside.
Spot on there. Smart cricketer, Marcus Ackerman.
Again, this time well outside the off stump, and it's just straight to short cover.
6-2 dots, next one out. Lots of time, Yashi, lots of time, buddy.
This time through the offside, just going to be 1, and again, finally keeping it rotating, and another stumble out there. There's something going on the grass over there, Josh.
Down in the Bermuda Triangle down there along off.
So I was walking around there yesterday, and there is a little bit of a divot that comes across, but I wasn't really sure that was going to play.
Rubber soles.
And push it out there for another single. Luke Schofield, again, they had the 6 early. They don't need to try and force anything else. Just keep the runs moving as the required run rate has tickled to just 7.
How is that one?
Big appeal there from Ackerman. The keeper wasn't excited. No one else was excited except Fred is going to do it. 8 overs gone, 68 for the loss of 1.
वक्त आ गया है लक्ष्मी बासमती राइस को घर लाने का। लक्ष्मी एक्स्ट्रा लॉन्ग बासमती राइस। इसका हर दाना हो इतना लंबा, पकते हुए महके और प्लेट पे क्या खूब खिले।
हाँ, मेरे घर लाने का। My son, he's so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
A little bit hotter than Chicago, eh?
चलो बाहर 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 बॉल अंदर आएगा गाइस।
So we see Replay that ball last over. A couple of noises as it went past the bat there. That one given not out.
Hello, Charan.
So you're going to see spin from both ends as a single is taken straight away. Again, going to look for some of these compact overs, keep the run scoring to a minimum. Big appeal there.
We have another look last over in real time. Big shout there. Bit of turn on offer here with this synthetic hybrid wicket here at ACAC Park in St. Louis. Spin's been tough to play today, Omar.
Yeah, it has been tough indeed as these two just take a quick single. Extra bounce at times. Some balls will turn, some balls will just stay straight. So you got to be very watchful when you come see spinning. I think that's why you're going to see spinners from both ends at least 4 to 5 overs. This time it's taken into the leg side. Cries of catch it. Only people that can catch it are out there in the dugout. That one sent all the way back there from Luke Schofield. A brilliant shot, and he's really getting things going now with that 6.
He's moved on to 46 after that one, the second maximum of his innings. So he's picked that one up, and there's nothing that the deep backward square fielder could do about it.
This time went for the sweep shot, unable to find much of it. And it takes an interesting flight path, and it's just going to be kept to 2. Not sure what that quite clipped off of to get it through third.
One off the
Charan.
off the bat, it seems.
Again, interesting flat pattern. It looked like maybe some pad on it, but it looks like he might have hit it as it comes around.
Right on.
And they do just take one, so we're going to see Luke Schofield. He's on 49 at the non-strike. Brings out Yash, who's quietly moved into the 20s. He's played a good role here, just knocking it around.
It's been a good partnership here. Just what they needed, the St. Louis Americans at the top of the order, to take some pressure off that middle.
That delivery was a sharp one there. Indeed, and again, you can see all the sponsors behind you. Sunoco, not possible without them as they come into minor league for the first time this year. It's great to see a sponsor like them come through.
Of course, they're supporting our umpires.
Come on, Baki. Guys, one more wicket, guys. Come on.
And again, we're going to see Marquise Ackerman continue from the Preston Woods end and continue the spin.
Come on, guys, come on.
A wicket much needed here for the Chicago Tigers.
And this one just left alone by Luke Schofield.
Guys, ball guys, come on.
And just 1 run away from his half century. And that is going to do it. Luke Schofield, he's going to bring up his 50 just in 33 deliveries. It's been a big one. Chasing 154. He's been good here. Leading from the front, 50 from 34. Brilliant innings for Luke Schofield.
No, he's played beautifully so far. He's took a while to get underway. Saw off the threat of Calvin Savage at the top and really started to put the foot down as we saw the change bowlers come on. Moved along beautifully. 5 4s, 2 6s. He's well on the way to seeing the Americans take the points.
As Yes just works this one in for a single. And again, I think this was a great adjustment that Luke Schofield brought through. He showed more signs of aggressive once Calvin Savage went away. He started to take the bowlers on and also started to push around for just ones. And again, a little bit of a misfield, and they take a quick single through. Calvin Savage unable to collect firmly off the bat. But they're going to need to save every single run becoming more and more important as we head to the back half of this innings.
Sorry. 1 second. Sir. Sir.
Love to see Calvin Savage bring himself back next over Amant. Really need a wicket here, the Chicago Tigers, more than anything to change the momentum of this match. Need to go back to his strike bowler.
This one is aerial, and it has found the man at sweeper cover. Had to come in a long ways. Yashodhan tried to go, and one shot too many for him. And Marcus Ackerman gets his wicket. Thought he had it in his previous over. This time, no mistake of it. And that is going to be a catch out there in the end of Yashodhan.
Yeah, smart catch taken there. We'll have another look at it here. Just couldn't get the elevation that he was looking for over cover. Slices off the outside after the bat, and a smart catch taken out there by Prithvish Patel.
Is he not happy with it? That's going to do it for Yashodhan. 83 for the loss of 2.
Yashodhan 22 off 22 there. As we see left-handed Ion Khan stride to the crease now for the St. Louis Americans. Of course, a key part of the Omani national team that's at the top of Cricket World Cup League 2 at the moment. We saw him earlier today with the ball, and it's great to see him here in this tournament. Got players from various countries around the world. Great to have some representation from other associate countries as well.
Going to get to see his captain later today, Zishan Maksud. And he'll be playing in the afternoon match today. Again, Ion Khan. Ten overs gone, 83 for the loss of 2.
How's the front foot? Where's the landing? Is it like that? Halfway, yeah. Okay. Come on, guys, come on, come on, guys, come on! So weird. What is underneath? Just like. What do you want, batsman?
So we see a replay.
Go market, go market!
Of course, to TAC Park in St. Louis. Great to see some cricketers out there having a day out. Oman.
In the whites too, Josh. I know you were liking to see the kids in there. We got some of the adults in there as well.
Couldn't tell if they were using a red ball.
We can see good spots here from Marcus Ackerman. He's put it in the right area, and all you could really do if you're Ion Khan is just bump it and run.
What you've seen there as well is an off spinner to the left-hander. Marcus Ackerman got the ability to bowl both clearly. Played bowled leg spinners to the right-handed batsman. He's just rolled out an off spinner against the left-handed Ion Khan.
Keep playing. 5 more.
And this one right into the block hole, only going to allow them to get away for 1, maybe 2. No, they elect to just settle for 1. Quick work from Ackerman to get to the delivery and not allow them to come back for 2. But again, I think if you're the St. Louis Americans, you don't need to take many risks here. Just play them out, keep the singles moving.
No, just more than a runner ball needed now.
This one up in the air. I think it might have been put down. Was it a chance there for Calvin Savage?
Put down by Savage at cover.
How big is that? Again, this is the 12th over. There was just 61 runs needed from the next 53 deliveries. And Calvin Savage, he drops Ion Khan.
Have another look here. Oh, would have been a good catch.
I think he'll think he should have taken that one as they're going to push for 2.
They'll make it back for 2 there. Good running there by the batsman.
That's it, Ian. That's game there, okay? Keep going, buddy.
Come on, guys, come on! Get me again!
This one again worked into the leg side, and again the Tigers, how important the wickets are. I think that's really taken a lot of the life out of their bowling. That drop catch, they're going to want to make up for it.
You just get the sense that that could be a pivotal moment in this one. Wicket last over, the over before last. Opportunity for another one. The catch goes down. just get the sense that that's taken a little bit of energy out of the fielding side here, Aman.
A little bit quieter behind the stumps. Again, how big would it have been just to get Luke Schofield with a new batting partner and expose that middle order a little bit earlier than maybe they would like to be out there. This one, he's tried to heave it into the leg side. It's a short boundary, and he's going to do it well enough. That's gone all the way into the extra field for 6 runs.
Yeah, drop short the leg spinner on that occasion. And Luke Schofield sweat on anything short today, and he sweat on that one as well. That one's, it's 4/6 of the day. He's moved along to 65 off just 40 deliveries. Score at the end of 12, 103 for 2. Of course, Luke Schofield, part of the USA national team training group last season. He'll be looking to get himself back there through a few big performances during this 2022 Toyota Minor League Championship presented by Sunoco.
Yeah, and with those kinds of shots, he's going to be on the front page of DAFA News with the way he's playing. Again, already moved into the 60s just off 40 deliveries, and he's shown off a couple of brilliant strokes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Of course, this one of 4 matches we've got here from ACAC Park this weekend. Later today, we'll see the Chicago Blasters in action against the Michigan Cricket Stars. Michigan Cricket Stars, of course, hunting for their maiden playoff berth this season.
And Calvin Savage comes into the attack and delivers one straight away. Josh Dascom been looking for it for a while, and he gets Ayan Khan to go. He drops the catch of Ayan Khan in the previous over. This time, knocks over his stumps.
Yeah, he's dragged that one on. And that's a much-needed wicket. Is there another twist in this tail? Third one goes down. Ayan Khan's on his way for 6 off 9 deliveries. We'll have another look at it here.
Like you said, just chops it back on to his stumps, and he's going to have to go. Going to be disappointed with going in that fashion. Looked like he was starting to find a little bit of rhythm, and that's going to do it. 103 for the loss of 2.
Long way. Come on, lads. One more here, lads.
One left-hander replaces another here at the crease as we see the power of Sherfane Rutherford stride out to the middle. Of course, coming off a man of the match performance last week.
Day with the ball as well, and he's going to look to back that one up with the bat. We saw some expansive shots last week in Chicago. And showed off all the range through the leg side, through the offside, and he's going to want to do it once again here at ACAC Park.
Come on, guys, 850, come on, guys, 850. Me or him? I'm okay. Leg stump. Little bit more, just a little. Yeah, leg stump. Middle as well. Yeah. Middle.
Calvin Savage, captain of this Chicago Tigers team, got the ball in hand. He's looking to pick up another one, a big one here of Sherfane Rutherford. If they can get this wicket, Aman, you'd have to think they think they're in with a fighting chance.
Yeah, it is a big one. Again, we saw the strokes that he played last week, was able to put up a lot of runs in a hurry. If you get him out quick, you expose Justin Dill and company. And a great off from Calvin Savage, but no help behind the wicket from Sonny Bhakti. I think it just bumped maybe right in front of him, took an awkward bounce, and they're able to get away for 1.
Yeah, he's just rolled his fingers over that one, Savage. Bowled the off-cutter, and that one's gripped in this wicket a little bit. We'll have another look at the wicket. That one just ball back on from outside off onto that off stump. Never really got going. He's back in the hut now. Luke Schofield's been the man for the St. Louis Americans, though, today, Aman. 65 not out.
Can Calvin Savage deliver wicket number 3 in the form of Luke Schofield? Again, it would be interesting to see what Savage has in store for Schofield. He's shown the ability to score all over the ground. And maybe just throwing Luke Schofield off rhythm there. And there it is, the wicket you're looking for, Josh. A little bit of an edge. You're looking to run it down to third man. And Calvin Savage delivers the big one. That's wicket number 3 for him. And Luke Schofield, he has to go. A well-made 65 off 41. But now he's got to walk back.
Yeah, a little bit of a nothing shot there by Schofield. Just hung the bat out there. We'll have another look at it here. Savage bashing that back of a length. And Schofield just a little bit of a nothing stroke at that one. All he can do is feather it through to the wicketkeeper. As you said, he's got to go for 65. Well made 65 at that. The score, 104 for 4.
Come on, guys, come on! One more, Savage. Not going to enough, man. Make it fun, Savage. One more. That's 2 hell of a deliveries, boys. That's 2 hell of a deliveries. Let's finish it strong.
As the new batsman comes to the crease, Dill and Kanchen, the wicketkeeper for this St. Louis Americans team. Of course, a big off-season movement in this Central Division. He's moved across from the Michigan Cricket Stars, who we'll see in action this afternoon. But in the meantime, we've got a game on our hands here, Aman.
Yeah, it's turned into one out of nowhere, and it's because of Calvin Savage bringing himself back into the attack, taking 2 in just 1 over. In 3 deliveries, he's taken 2 wickets, giving up 1 run. This is why he's the captain, why he's the strike bowler. And a game indeed, 50 from 45, but with 4 wickets down, it becomes a little bit more of a challenge. This one just left alone from Nikhil.
Come on, Captain, come on, Captain, come on!
So we'll have another look at this wicket here. The end of Luke Schofield.
Come on, Captain!
Savage just in. He's tried to run that one down to third man. Hasn't really moved his feet and committed to that straight. For Luke Schofield, that's straight into the hands of the wicketkeeper.
He was looking so good as well. If he was able to continue for another couple of overs, this game would have been over in a hurry. This one on stumps and just worked into the leg side from Dill and Kanchen, so he's going to get himself off the mark there. Again, now this to me feels like the biggest wicket of them all. Once you get Luke Schofield out, if you can go and get Rutherford, you get the big hitting power out, and you're just now making work in just single doubles. Take a lot of life out of that batting lineup.
Be interesting to see what Savage does with his final over here, whether he bowls it the next one that he can after this as well. He's in.
And there it is, it's 3 in the over, exactly what he wanted. I think he might have just rolled the fingers over it. It was driven firmly and straight to Jarin Saiteja. It's a brilliant ball. It's a brilliant over here from Calvin Savage. It's turned the match on its head. That's 3 wickets in the over. Down now for the St. Louis Americans.
Just like that, 1 brings 3. And Calvin Savage bringing himself back into the attack. He's got himself 4 for the day now. So we'll have another look at it here. Just a little bit of slowness in that wicket. He's just spooned that drive. Simple catch taken there at cover. And boy, do we have a game on our hands. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. It's 105 for 5.
740. 48, 748, 748. 748. Two more. Turn. Come on. Do you think sweeper should just go a little bit squarer? Just if it beats. Okay, well, no one there. On the one, both of you.
We see the captain of the St. Louis Americans, Justin Dill, at the crease now. There's a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, the equation reads 49 from 42. There's 7 overs left in hand. There's 5 wickets down. A lot of pressure now on the shoulders of Justin Dill and Dill and Kanchen.
Right arm more.
Just one here for Dill and Kanchen.
2 experienced batters at the crease now. We'll have a look at the wicket. A big wicket at that one as well. Shofane Rutherford struck it nicely, but he couldn't do anything more than hit it straight to short cover. And you could see Calvin Savage pumped up about that one.
Like we were talking about, Shofane Rutherford goes without scoring any runs, and that is huge because we know what kind of batsman he is and the kind of life he brings to a batting lineup.
It's a big partnership here for the St. Louis Americans. 2 experienced campaigners here. Justin Dill, their captain, Dill and Kanchen, their vice captain. They'll be leaning on these 2 to guide the ship home from here.
It's 2 off-season acquisitions. Again, they lured Justin Dill from New Jersey, and Dill just moves across the Central Division from Michigan.
Of course, Dill and Kanchen, captain of the Midwest Zone for the USA Cricket National Championships last year as well. So an experienced campaigner, good leader.
Again, this is smart cricket here from these 2, not trying to overhit the ball, just working it into that gap there at mid-off for just ones. Just going to make sure they don't fall behind this required. And not a whole lot of runs needed in terms of the balls remaining. It's just the wickets that have fallen that make this chase all tricky. And the misfield there is going to allow for 1. It was an edge. Again, if you're the Tigers, you can't really allow them to get these singles away. You want to build that pressure, build that dot ball pressure, and capitalize.
Here, Calvin Savage through the stump mic, getting his troops pumped up. Leading from the front here.
And just 1 to end the over. Good over at that. 14 overs gone, 112 for the loss of 5.
My son is so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
What's up, Doug?
What got into you?
At Sunoco, we know how to fuel peak performance. Fuel your best.
Who's going outside? Okay.
Welcome back to ACAC Park, and a big question was Calvin Savage going to bring himself back onto bowl? He has not elected to do so, saving his overs for later in the match. They're going to turn back to Jadon Saiteja. Josh, what do you think about this decision?
Oh, look, I would have loved to have seen Calvin Savage try and break this partnership. We know that there's 2 experienced batters at the crease right now. I would have loved to have seen him bowl his final over here. Don't let the game get deep. Try and break this key partnership now. Finish the game. Overs in hand from
And this one, they are going to push for 2, and they are going to get it. And these two, they're quick between the wickets. They're smart. They understand the situation. Not
Well
going
run
to do
there.
too much.
Beautifully run there by Dill and Kanchen. You could hear him through the stump by communicating with his partner. Trust me, trust me, trust me.
Work straight back down the ground. And again, the pages of Daffy News are going to be filled with Luke Schofield, but Calvin Savage saying, no, not so fast. I might be on the front page of them next.
Spot on. Spot on there, Aman.
Just one.
Don't do that, bro. Come on, Charan, come on, Charan.
Again, this is going to be a quick single. Yeah, they get it. This is good running from the St. Louis Americans. They're keeping the singles moving, taking these quick singles and taking on the fielders of the Chicago Tigers.
Yeah, well run there by Dill and Kanchen.
Come on, guys, come on.
We'll have another look at it here. Taking a high bounce off that wicket. He's able to use that time to make it through.
Again, these two, I think the message for them is just to take it deep. I think that's their understanding. Just going to want to take it as deep as they can. Is 37 required from 31. Excuse me, 36 from 31. This one again is worked away for a single to end the over. A good over for both sides. Again, the Chicago Tigers want that wicket. This 15 overs gone, 119 for the loss of 5.
We'll have a look here at the batting card for the St. Louis Americans. Of course, Aman mentioned he might be on the front page of the Daffy News. Sure would deserve it. 65 off just 41 deliveries. Not much there in support. Yash Mahajan at runner ball 22. Of course, the equation now 35 off just 30. We'll have a look at the bowling. Calvin Savage has been the story here. 4 overs, 1 made, 3 overs, 1 maiden, 4 for 4. Marcus Ackerman, 1 for 29 off his 4 overs. We're now at the stage where we're looking at
Batsman bowler is coming, right arm over to you.
4 overs to be made up from Prithvish Patel, who was one that copped the brunt of Luke Schofield earlier in the day. Looks like Rana Diapaletti's into the attack net. No, we've got a new bowler. Sammy Sohail's into the attack. Heard Nate Hayes talk about him pre-game. Aman, what to expect here?
Yeah, someone who bowls out most of his overs as and he is his emerging player to watch out for. Again, just qualifies under that region. Again, he keeps it very simple, doesn't try to do too much, and again, it's all at and about off stump, and if it's basically you miss, I hit kind of bowling from Sammy Sohail, which is almost what you need here for the Chicago Tigers.
No, he's hit his length nicely there straight away, Sammy Sohail. And you've just got to think, Calvin Savage has got 1 over in the bag. When he's going to bowl that, he needs to break this partnership. Just 34 runs needed now.
And you're going to need something special if you're the Chicago Tigers. Not much needed from the Americans. Again, these two not trying to overhit the ball, just placing it. And look at this running here from St. Louis. Good. They understand that it's in the middle of fielders, and they get 2.
Oh, these two are quick between the wickets, and we've seen that there. The first 2 that's been taken out to that right hand, to that boundary of the right-hand side of screen. Good enough to make it back for 2.
And again, for the Chicago Tigers, yes, you took all those wickets, but with just 32 from 28, you need another one. You need to build dot balls. Again, is this over going to prompt Calvin Savage from the other end? That's the one, as you mentioned, Josh, that we're looking at. And there's the much-needed dot ball for the Chicago Tigers.
Well bowled there by Sammy Sohail. Hitting that length beautifully so far this over. He needs to continue to control that length. Just back of a length. Anything shorter than that's going to sit up at his pace, and a player like Justin Dill is going to be good enough to take that over that leg side boundary. So needs to maintain that length.
This one pushed, and is pushed well enough to just be one. Yeah, they're just going to settle for one. Gets it out of the outstretched arms of Sunny Sohail. It's going to be Sammy Sohail.
Absolutely, and it's bowled beautifully so far this over.
2 more, right? Let's see a run out, Shah. Let's see a run out, Shah.
Wristy work into the leg side, and it is going to beat the fielder. So they were dealing in singles. Finally, a boundary straying on to the leg side. He's very good in that region, Nikhil, and is able to get it all the way along the carpet for 4 runs.
You can tell by the noise coming from the St. Louis dugout. The pressure was just starting to build. That's a much-needed boundary. Not much that could be done. Not much that could be done there on the deep square leg rope.
This one again down the leg side, just sat up out there. It's not a great finish to this over for Sammy Sohail. He bowled well. This is brilliant here from Dill and Kanchen, able to move it over fine leg for 4 more.
Big 2 balls in the context of this match. That swings this equation. Just 24 needed now off 24. And we'll have another look at it here. This one just short of a length. Dill and Kanchen able to get that one up and over short fine leg. And then one runs away for consecutive boundaries.
You have to imagine now it is going to be Calvin Savage to come on and try to break this partnership.
Saw him at the end of that as that boundary was speeding away. You could tell, you could see Calvin Savage already with the cap in his hand walking towards the bowler's end. Probably an over or two too late, if you ask me, but Calvin Savage, 4 for 4 so far today. Incredible performance, Aman.
It's been brilliant, but he's going to want at least 1 more here in this over. Again, Calvin Savage 4 for 4. He's going to want to make it 5. He has to make it 5, you feel, if the Chicago Tigers are going to come back into this match and win it. It's 23 from 24. St. Louis just needs singles. Try the Yorker first up, but it is a dot ball. A good one at that. And you have to imagine you're going to see a couple more of those deliveries in the over.
These two would have played against each other in first-class cricket in South Africa. I'm half expecting to see Justin Dill play him the same way he would, trying to block out a draw in a 4-day game, Aman. Of course, Calvin Savage looking to break this partnership.
It wouldn't be a bad option to play him out either. You know that you could take advantage of the other bowlers. Just single-double game at the moment.
We don't see it enough in minor league cricket, but a good old-fashioned leave, front foot leave through to the keeper would be. Justin Dill knows it's important that him and Dill and Kanchen guide them through to the end of this game.
That time on the front foot, but it's driven through covers for 1. Getting exactly what they need, keeping it a run a ball. Make it 22 from 22.
Come on, Captain, come on, Captain!
To the leg side, they're going to think about 2 and just going to settle for 1.
Of course, all this wouldn't be possible this season without the support of our partners. Sunoco on board for the first time this year, and Toyota coming back again for the second year. I'll be jumping in my Toyota Tundra right after this game, Aman.
Oh, they're moving like Toyota Tundras at the moment. Quick. Everyone is quick at the moment. The ball, the bat, and the fielders.
Good, good, good.
Quickly head into Sunoco after the end of this one to refuel and get set for the second game of the day, Aman. Of course, 4 games coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri this weekend as part of Minor League Cricket's 2022 premium broadcast. Two deliveries left in this over. 2 big ones in the context of this match. Calvin Savage needs to break through here.
And nearly finds a very similar dismissal to where he got Luke Schofield out. This one just evades the outside edge of Dill and Kanchen. It was a beautiful delivery, but it is a dot ball, so it's a win for the St. Louis Americans.
We'll have another look here, and that one. Dill and Kanchen just trying to guide that, and it just misses the outside edge. Still at a runner ball, 20 off 20 needed now for the St. Louis Americans, and what would be a big win for them in the context of the season.
Remember, Chicago Tigers ranked number 2 coming into the day. St. Louis number 3. It's a tightly contested Central Division. This one worked into the leg side. They're going to push.
Waiting.
And they are going to get back for 2. It's a good end to the over for the St. Louis Americans. Calvin Savage unable to get a wicket in his final one. That's going to do it. 17 overs gone. 136 for the loss of 5.
Let's go, brother. Yo, got it. I'm going to do point.
We're here at ACAC Park. Just 18 needed. Runner ball for the last 3 overs here. As we see Dill and Kanchen and Justin Dill. This partnership here that you're seeing on your screens right now, the crucial one in the context of this match after the loss of a few key wickets.
Again, they haven't taken time to do much. They've just kept the runs flowing, which was key after the big wickets of Luke Schofield. After the wicket of Shireen Rutherford, could have been easy to go back into a box and let the dot balls build on top of each other. But these 2 experienced campaigners, they just let the singles keep flowing. Took two overs ago, and against Calvin Savage, didn't throw their wickets away either.
As we see, this last roll of the dice here for the Chicago Tigers. Tejas Visal, under-19 leg spinner. Of course, part of the under-19 USA national team training squad last year. Part of the Chicago Catchers in last year's minor league. Wearing the black and orange this year. He'll be looking to take this big wicket.
Not the start he would have wanted, and it's going to be a boundary first up. It's a rare, and again, not what you wanted bringing on Tejas Visal. You were hoping he could maybe take a wicket. Instead, it gives a boundary straight away.
We'll have another look at it here. And this one, full toss. Justin Dill slaps that one over first base. Tejas Visal looking for a breakthrough here.
Nearly on that delivery. They're going to try to run it. Has he run him out? No. Not many runouts have been given today, and that one, another one that wasn't given. They say Dill and Kanchen is quick enough to get back. All happening on that delivery there.
Yeah, close run out. We'll have another look at that one here. Good running there by Dill and Kanchen. It's quick between the wickets, and it's been crucial. Him and Justin Dill together. Some good running between the wickets has kept that scoreboard moving along. Stayed to run a ball. They'll be looking to finish this one off now.
This one again is full, and again it's going to trickle away. Is it going to find the boundary rope? It's a quick outfield here, and it's just going to settle short of it, but they are going to go ahead. Another couple of runs.
An outside edge, not where he would have been trying to hit that full toss. But the result, good one all the same. They'll get back for 3.
Batting, buddy.
And 8 off the first 3 balls of this one. Like to think that it's his final roll of the dice here.
See if they just can pull something out of his bag. Gonna need something special. That one's just gonna be one again. It's the experience here from these two. Not doing too much, just pushing it around for singles and doubles.
Love to see him make use of the facility here.
2 more, sir.
See if he can get one to rip. Young leg spinner.
Again, just one out to long off. Played some cricket with Tejas, and he does have that googly. Haven't seen it yet. Interesting to see if he puts it on display for this last delivery of the over.
At this stage, you're pulling out all the tricks you got in the book, man. Just 8 needed now.
Wide.
This one is wide down to the leg side. I think he was trying to pull out a googly, maybe push it down.
Come on, Tejo.
He's going to have to re-bowl that delivery.
Last ball. Yeah.
And just one to end the over. They're going to think about 2. Yeah, they're going to take it. Good, quick running from these 2. Again, experienced campaigners, and they're going to push them, and they're going to push them well enough for 2 runs. And that is going to do it. 18 overs gone, 149 for the loss of 5.
My son is so soft-spoken. Everyone says he's so good-looking, and he never forgets to call.
Hi, Mom. Born for your true self. The 2022 Tundra. Toyota. Let's go places.
Welcome back to ACAC Park. So you look at the batting card here for the St. Louis Americans. And 65 for Luke Schofield. That's the big one, but you're going to talk about Dill and Kanchen, 23 from 16, and Justin Dill's 21 from 16 as the 2 that kept the match in place here for the St. Louis Americans. Again, another direct hit, and just one, but again, perfectly done here for the St. Louis Americans.
That's good, that's good.
Just 4 needed now for the St. Louis Americans. Not been without some drama, this one.
Looked like we were headed for maybe a last over finish for a while.
Surely you couldn't get another one of those this season. Surely not.
And that is the winning runs there from Justin Dill. He's pushed this one over wide, long off. Is going to run all the way along the ground for 4 runs. Brilliant shot there, and you can see the fans running on to the field. Again, another brilliant innings here from Justin Dill, and a brilliant win for the St. Louis Americans.
No, that was fantastic from the St. Louis Americans. They, as I said, Ahmad wasn't without some troubles, but a good partnership there from Justin Dill and Dill and Kanchen. Finished this game off beautifully. And you have to say that they were the better team throughout the day.
I thought they bowled really well. Again, we saw what they did with the ball, keeping it tight. The fielding was great. And then with the bat drama, as you mentioned, losing Luke Schofield, losing Sherfain Rutherford, these two coming in and just keeping the single doubles moving and keeping the flow of the runs going.
It wouldn't be worthwhile mentioning Calvin Savage as well for the Chicago Tigers. Bowled beautifully. He picked up 4 wickets for just 9 off his 4 overs and led from the front. But unfortunately, couldn't drag him over the line. We're back here this afternoon for another matchup. But first, we'll take a look at the batting card for the St. Louis Americans. Luke Schofield up the top, 65 off just 41 deliveries, 5 4s and 4 6s. Ahmed Ali Mir was the first to go. He couldn't get off the mark. Yash Mahajan, he got on to 22. 1 lusty blow off Marcus Ackerman. And then Ayan Khan and Sherfain Rutherford fell quickly before Nikhil Kanchan, 24 not out, and Justin Dill, 25 not out, both off 17 balls. They got them over the line.
Yeah, with the ball, again, Calvin Savage shined today. 4 overs, 4 wickets, 9 runs to his name. A wicket for Marcus Ackerman. And like they just saw, giving up 13 in his over. But again, it was Calvin Savage with the ball that really shined and really played brilliantly. Just not enough to get this side over the line. Again, just take a look at the match summary. Again, brilliant stuff for Kumar early on, for 71 from 59. Calvin Savage also displayed good batting, 23 from 11. Good with the ball there for the St. Louis Americans. 2 wickets for Badas, 4 on the trot, but it was Luke Schofield with the bat who played brilliantly, 65 from 41. Justin Dill and Dill and Kanchen leading them home, 25 from 17 and 24 from 17 respectively. Calvin Savage again, 4 wickets, 9 runs in his 4 overs, was brilliant. And that was all she wrote as the St. Louis Americans. They get the win in the 19th over. Let's just take a look at some of these highlights here.
See how that impacts later in the day.
As that one come off again, it started off with the wicket here for Calvin Savage. He got things going early,
just gonna be
but
away from the
Luke
glove.
Schofield never let
Sonny
off
Baki
the gas
gonna run
pedal,
all the way
putting
along
4
cover
runs
for
on the
full.
board. And Yash Mahajan also played a brilliant knock quietly, 22 from 22 of his own. Again, put away a couple of boundaries of his own. And Schofield kept the runs flowing again. Look at this one. Brilliant shot there over extra cover. Kept the runs flowing again, just took advantage of a couple of overs. Showed off a couple of brilliant pull shots, a couple of drives, and he just kept the runs flowing all day long, taking advantage of Prithvish Patel. And Yash Mahajan, he was able to get a couple of outside edges to go again. A nice innings for him, 22 from 22. Field just taking advantage of all the shots and every single delivery. Every loosener was put away. Mahajan showed off some of his range and power. Again, just shows the variety of shots that he has in the book, going through the leg side, this time over. Been good here, hitting from the front, 50 from 34. And again, 50 for Luke Schofield, played a brilliant knock. This one is aerial, score 65.
And it has found the man to
again, this time to the offside, but he had delivery again. This was a brilliant shot here from Luke Schofield as he was just able to take it over the leg side. Again, just showed off the power and the time that he was able to put on today, latching on to some of these balls on the back foot. Ayan Khan came in for a little bit, but Calvin Savage, he showed off the brilliance of the ball there, getting him to chop it back onto his stumps. Here in the match, Calvin Savage getting the wicket of Luke Schofield, then getting the wicket of Sherfain Rutherford. Thought this could be a big turning point. But Justin Dill and Nikhil Kanchen come in, and Justin Dill never let the Tigers get going with that 4 there from Nikhil Kanchen, from Justin Dill, playing some beautiful shots all along the ground, keeping the runs flowing, and just taking the St. Louis Americans over the line. This was a juicy full toss for Justin Dill. Again, a brilliant knock there from Justin Dill and Nico Kanchen to finish it. Again, as you look at the summary, you look at the man, Luke Schofield, on the card. He scored 65 from 41, and now he has joined me in the commentary box. Luke, what a win for you guys today.
Yeah, thanks, Aman. It was great from all the boys. I thought it was an all-round great performance.
So you come out in the dugout, 153 on the board. What was the idea going in opening? What was the kind of target that you set in mind?
Well, we had an idea to put them in to bat first because I think we thought they might not know what a good target is. And as soon as we saw 150 on the board, we knew it was slightly below par here. Myself and all the boys thought 150 was definitely gettable, and we went about it constructively. And, yeah, it was just a good day.
So Calvin Savage was someone who bowled brilliantly throughout the day. You looked to kind of just be a little bit more defensive towards him and take on the other bowlers. Was that a game plan decision that you came out with to just take on everyone else and let Calvin Savage bowl his 4 overs on the trot?
Definitely, yeah. He's been phenomenal throughout the tournament so far. So we thought we'd give him the respect that he deserves. Just try to get through his 4, and he showed again today. We gave him a bit of a sniff, and he broke through 3 in 1 over. So it definitely was part of the game plan when we woke up this.
65 from 41. How good did it feel to put that kind of runs on the board and have your side come out on the winning end of it?
Yeah, it definitely feels good to contribute. I've just been waiting for an opportunity to contribute to this team. They're a phenomenal bunch of guys, and yeah, it was just great to get some runs on the board today.
Well, thank you so much. We'll see you back here at ACAC Park later in the weekend. Again, 65 from 41. Luke Schofield, he's your player of the match. Brilliant innings today, Luke.
Thanks so much, Aman. Have a good one.
Have a good one, sir. And again, it was a brilliant match that we had in store. Don't go anywhere. We have more matches here in the afternoon. We'll see the Chicago Blasters take on the Michigan Cricket Stars and look at the points table. The updated one, again, the St. Louis Americans making headway in this Central Division as they catch up to the Chicago Tigers. Still in 3rd place, but they move an inch closer to the Chicago Tigers there in 2nd. And like we said, don't go anywhere. The Chicago Blasters are going to take on the Michigan Cricket Stars in just a little bit here at ACAC Park. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to the broadcast. We want to thank all of the Antares broadcast crew and their team for getting all these pictures out to you. Thank you to Josh Dascom. Thank you to Luke Schofield. I'm Aman Patel signing off. We'll see you later here in St. Louis, Missouri.
You're watching the Toyota Minor League Cricket Championship, presented by Sunoco.
No.